welcome. We are live with another episode of One Mike Media presents Beyond the Trenches. We are in week 14 as we are getting closer and closer to the playoffs. We're here to discuss what happened this week, give our thoughts, our opinions, and our predictions for next week, see where we're at with our pick'ems, discuss our fantasy league, and talk about this week in football. Could not do this without the team, the usual suspects themselves. And we got the full team back this week, so always better to compete when you got a full roster. First but not least, my guy Daryl. What's good, Daryl?
But Mike, got to get back over them bum ass Browns now. We got a real test in front of us this week. We're gonna see where we are. So I'm excited. Let's get it.
Yeah, that was easy money right there. The Browns right there. Let me bring it next up, but not the last up. My guy Toby. What's good, Toby? Fellow Steelers fans.
Yo, what's going on, man? Steelers Nation, easy W. It was predicted they wasn't going to sweep us, but we'll talk about that later.
You did say that, Toby. You did say that.
It was never. Could put the crib on that.
Yeah. Speaking of teams that are bums, let's bring it up to
That was clever and quick. Just like your rain at the top. It'll be quick.
Anyway, we're going to say about that.
Good.
Last but not least, the team that we plan to beat this week, his team, the Eagles. What's going on, Jordan?
What's good, bro? You gonna have to. You better. You feel me?
It's already fine. Jordan new name Pac-Man. You all got a pack.
Hey,
What's the pack this week? What's the pack this week?
Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson.
He's fixing up.
Russell
Go. Fire out.
You feel me? He not coming down 95 going on that moon.
He's been doing that his whole career.
So,
we're gonna see.
Hey, listen.
Niggas get real confident when our number one receiver not playing. Though, know that.
Listen, it gets dangerous on I-95 in the link. You heard?
Niggas
He
real
not
confident
doing all
when
that shit.
GP ain't playing. That's what I'm saying.
Man, I was gonna be talking my shit. GP, no GP, GD. God, I'm gonna nigga. Fuck. Yeah, what? Tripping. Bring the steel curtain out there. Fuck them. It's lit.
Interesting. December 18th. It's gonna be interesting.
It is. And you know what? I'm sick because we were supposed to go to the game. I got daddy duty. Y'all know I'm on. You feel me? So I'm sick. I'm hurt. I ain't gonna cat, but you know what I'm saying? I'm hurt as shit.
Told you next Saturday. The games.
I'm still trying to find tickets.
Chiefs and Steelers.
So I got the YouTube TV Connect. Like we can watch 1:00 all the games.
I told Jordan host. Tell us pops.
Yeah, what happened to your no, I told you off the show, Jeff. Never mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll let me Daryl.
Oh no, the plug on that TV thing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No, that ain't nothing. I'm sending you right now. Then.
All right,
I ain't upset about it. That's all.
Until Daryl. All right. Well, first and foremost, I do want to congratulate those who in the chat who did make the playoffs. On our fantasy league. I also want to congratulate Jordan. Jordan came out of the bottom, man. He ain't finished last, man.
Who's last then?
Fight. Is that even necessary?
I'm just saying.
Who's last then?
Is that even really necessary?
Oh, he made it the 7th.
Yeah, he's the best Democrat.
Jeff, calm down. Calm down. Don't kick a brother while they down. Right? Let's get the topic one. Let's get the question number one.
When the Raiders lose, everybody be kicking them. So I'm just saying.
No, but you be asking for it. You know what I mean? Like
you asked for it too.
I didn't say shit.
Remember all them basement jokes you had for me?
Hey,
I think I went upstairs on your ass. Like,
all right.
Yeah.
Toby, man, I tried to avoid you in the playoffs, so I'm happy, man.
Man, I got nothing to say, man. I'm happy to be in the playoffs, but
of course he is.
I mean,
like every year.
I'm happy to be in the playoffs. That's all I ask for every season. Trying to get to the playoffs. Anything can happen. Mike, the last game of the season, like his team absolutely destroyed mine. But I mean, what can you do when you're going against Puka and Jamar and they both got 40 points? Like, what are you gonna? He can't really do nothing.
By the way,
so I mean, we're gonna see how the playoffs go. He got the bye. Jeff playing this week too, so it's gonna be interesting. Got a tough matchup. I don't think the matchup is easy because anything can happen. So we'll see what happens, though, man. We'll see what happens.
I do just want to make it aware that anybody who I traded with and they win, I might need like $10 or something.
Hey, you know what? If I get done with Puka,
that's
I got
everybody
you,
here. That's everybody here.
Okay, who the favorite though? Who the favorite? Who do you think is the
I'm
favorite?
gonna
Let's
get my
be real.
money
Who do
back.
you
To
think
win
is
the
the
champ,
favorite?
it's you. Told me you got the best
Yeah,
team.
right.
This nigga be having Bijan as a flex. So that's
Right,
crazy.
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, bro. He had Jamar Chase and Puka, bro. They both
That's
had
crazy
40.
too.
I never
That's
had
crazy
that,
too.
bro. That's
You got, don't act like Kamara wasn't balling all season.
Mike ain't want the deal at first. Mike didn't even want the deal. I'm like,
yeah, I
I'm
know.
trying to be
I'm not. You know, it is what it is. But I'm just saying, them niggas.
And I
is
told Mike,
unstoppable.
I'm like,
They both had
that's the
40. I'm
one.
just saying, that's
Bro.
80.
Bro, Bijan at the flex is a flex. Stop.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
First of all, bro,
so-
and you got Joe Mixon and Kamara. You got
Right,
3
right.
top 10 running backs. What
Yeah,
you talking about?
Damn, I ain't
yes,
gonna-
Aaron Jones and Jameer Gibbs. They both had like 20.
Who?
I ain't gonna cap.
Gibbs
When
and
we made that trade, I didn't know you
Yeah,
was
he
saying
be having,
that.
yeah, he be having
was it
fire
Jones?
too,
Yeah,
but
they both had like 20.
it's
What
gonna
you
come
say,
down to
Jordan?
matchups.
When we made that trade, I didn't even know those was your running backs.
Who
Yo,
told
that's
me?
Told
nuts
me.
that you did that.
My fault.
I wasn't even honestly. I wasn't
Good.
thinking about that too either. But still, I'm saying his team is loaded too, and he just had
Not
two
like
niggas
that,
put
bro.
him
You,
in.
I mean, 3 pass catching running backs.
That's what
Nah,
I'm trying
bro.
to tell him,
You
man.
don't
Like,
get
bro,
that everywhere,
Toby
bro.
team is
I
fearful,
put
bro.
my
I'm
team.
telling you.
I was missing. You talking about those 3 running backs, and I was missing Mixon and Kamara had an average game. He plays on the
When
same.
was you
Like,
missing
they're
that?
not good. So he
When
can
did you
just.
miss? When did
Your
you miss
receivers
Mixon?
a little
Mixon, he had a bye this week. He didn't even play my full team. Let's even start there. He didn't even play my
Oh,
full
yeah,
team.
now you sound like Jeff and shit.
Hold on.
What are you
That's a
talking
fact.
about? I had 3 years. My
fact.
starters on buys, 3.
I was
But I don't
missing
say
50
nothing. You
points
know,
on my
I'm just
team.
telling the
Don't do
truth.
that.
I'm just telling the truth.
You sound
Yo,
like
you know
Jeff
what's
making
funny?
excuses.
The other week I put up
That's not
188 points. Mike has hit me up like, yo, you put up 188 points and you had Judy on the bench. This week, Mike, 190. Come on, man.
I tried to avoid you.
Mike is the favorite, but you know, anything can happen.
Nah,
So
fuck all that.
let's see what happens. Mike the favorite, but yeah, let's see what happens.
We're gonna see, man. But anyway, let's get to the stuff because Jordan getting bored. He can't be in this conversation. So let's talk about the Chiefs
Fucking
and
guy.
the Chargers.
Be quiet.
So I'm skipping Monday Night Football because I've been done with the Cowboys for weeks. So Sunday Night Football, Chiefs survived the Chargers. They win again, a 9th straight win. This time they doinked in the field goal at the end of the game. We'll talk about this a little bit in the chat. Jeff, so I'm gonna start with you. Your thoughts on the game. Well, how you feel about both teams moving forward, even the Chargers.
Which we constantly say it's religious that the division games are always tougher than any interconference or any inter-division games. Look, Jim Harbaugh has proved me wrong this year. I didn't think he would have such success this early on, coming back to the league from the collegiate era. He had players. He shredded basically all of the stars or high money players on the team. So obviously that left room for us to be, confused and maybe concerned about what his program was. But his philosophy to run the ball first is one that bodes well, especially, and it did on Sunday night against the Chiefs. The Chiefs did giving up some good running against the Chargers, which their defense has been lackluster lately. Justin Herbert was very, very efficient. 213 yards and a touchdown, which is about his average numbers, as we, and that's what you kind of want from a team. If you're going to try and take out the champs, you're going to try and get what you normally get, and that's what they did. Unfortunately, just the Chiefs just, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't even know what it is, honestly. At this point, like, the doink for the division is wild, nasty work. Like, I never even thought about that. Like, wow, what a headline. But the Chiefs did what they do. I mean, you give them a chance to go down the field at the end of the game, and they'll put it away. The miraculous play or the crazy play was the 3rd and 7 when the Chiefs had the ball, and they needed 7 yards to get the first down to really run the clock down. And Mahomes dodged the first defender and throws it to Kelsey, who's wide open, which is crazy, which is basically symbolic of the Chiefs. Like, whenever it matters most, their stars are going to show up, and that's exactly what happened. This is a new regimen as far as the top premier quarterbacks, but Mahomes has that Brady yes thing. If you leave too much on the clock, you doomed. Like, I don't care what you do. Like, you could have had a fantastic game, a minute or more, you're dead. If he has the ball last, he's going to find a way to make it happen. And the crazy part is he hasn't really been throwing the ball really great. Like, he just been doing what he got to do to win. Andy has a play call. It's funny when they went to the timeout right before that 3rd and 7, they went over there and they got in the huddle. And then I said, you know what? they're going for it. They're going with the first down. They're not going for the run. They're not trying to run the clock out. They're going to go ahead and try and get the first down, which they did. Listen, 9 straight years at the division, 3 Super Bowls in these 8 years that Patrick Mahomes has been the quarterback is insane for the Kansas City Chiefs, going for the first three-peat in over 20 and 15 years, I think, maybe 20 years, since 03 or 04. That's wildly insane. The team that's doing that. The Chargers are really good. And they'll continue to ascend. Maybe this offseason they'll get one of their a playmaking wide receiver that'll kind of give them a number 1 option. They got Ladd. Ladd is obviously the new Wes Welker, new Amon St. Brown, whatever, because he has the skill. He's shown the potential immediately. But the rest of the season is going to just rely on the Kansas City Chiefs being the Kansas City Chiefs and getting Kansas City Chiefs shit done. And honestly, seeing them in the Super Bowl won't shock me at all.
Toby, I want to hear your thoughts on the Chiefs, man.
I mean, I really don't have much to say about this game because this win, realistically, is just like every other one for the Kansas City Chiefs. They'll come down to the wire and
Black Magic
be close. Right now, I give Patrick credit to Patrick Mahomes, like Jeff said. I mean, when it comes down to it, the game is close. I always feel like the Chiefs are gonna pull out the dub because they've been doing it forever, and this season has been like nothing you've ever seen before. It's like every game is close, no matter if the team is great or not, and Chiefs are favored by how many points, but this game is still going to come down to the wire. When it comes to, I think we play them this season in a few weeks. It'll be an interesting game. I know we're not going to have George Pickens this week, so I'm just, chilling. I want to see what my defense could do this week, but it'll be interesting to see when we play the Chiefs if we're going to need that game or not. Maybe we will, because we have the Ravens behind us, but I'm just excited. I just want to get in the playoffs and get a W. That's all I'm thinking about. And if we play the Chiefs, if the game is close, I will be nervous. If the game is close, especially Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, he's clutch. And like I said, the refs in their back pocket, like always. So they have 2 ways they can beat you. So that's a typical win for them. The Chargers played a good game. I like Harbaugh. I already thought he was going to be successful before he even joined the team. They don't really have an elite wide receiver. I remember on one drive, Herbert even got hurt, so he missed the drive, I think. So, I didn't expect them to win this game, so I'm not surprised. They don't have that number 1 option at wide receiver. Their offense is not really elite, and the Chiefs were going to beat them. Either way, there was no way I thought they was going to win this game. But I'm just excited for the playoffs to see what happens, and if the Chiefs could, pull off another, Super Bowl. I don't think they can, but we'll see what they could do.
Jordan, your thoughts, bro?
No, I mean, it's Chargers always played Chiefs well. Came down to the wire. They had the ball last. You want to call it lucky, whatever. Beat them. Said it last week. Had chances. You didn't take advantage. So it is what it is. Chargers are definitely ahead of schedule. John Harbaugh's up for Coach of the Year. I don't think anybody really expected them to be a playoff team. So, but the game in itself, the Chiefs are vulnerable, right? But I personally feel like it's just so hard for you to really beat them when, as long as they have it's like the core group that they have, Andy Reid, Mahomes, Kelsey, Chris Jones, and Spags.
Matt Nagy too. He's not a bad play caller.
Yeah, he's not. So when you factor all those things in, of course they're in every game. Spagnuolo was a head coach. I mean, it wasn't that great. Nagy was a head coach, wasn't that great. But nonetheless, you have guys who are experienced coaches.
Nagy won chips as a DC before he got to the
right.
The
and those Giants defenses were great. You feel me? When
they were loaded though.
They were extremely loaded.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm just not shocked, man. But the game in itself, I thought it was a great game. I thought it was a back and forth game, and I honestly do believe, if I'm not mistaken, I can't put my finger on it because it always feels like it's so long ago. But I'm all the last drive that the Chargers had, I just feel like the play calling was just strange.
Mm-hmm.
The play calling was just strange. It was and maybe it's because they don't They didn't have McConkey, so that hurts them. But they didn't have a guy. So I feel like when you don't have a guy, especially late in the game, it was just weird. So and not having Dobbins, I think hurt them too. But
Well, let me ask you about before I get to you, Daryl. So, like Jeff said, Herbert right on his average about 212 yards per game. He got 14 touchdowns and I think 14, in like 13 games, something like that. So, obviously, it ain't the Herbert that we used to see. So, y'all think this is better for Herbert or the Chargers? Or what do you think?
I think it's always better for a quarterback to do less, regardless of who you are.
It's not true.
But they need. I mean, I think no matter who the quarterback is, the less you need him to do, it just. I think
Well,
that makes
Herbert
sense.
Like too talented to be having 14 touchdowns in 13 games? I feel like.
I mean, is Patrick Mahomes too talented to be having the year he's having?
But listen. We seeing this across the league, though. We seeing this across the league. Asking certain quarterbacks to do less so that because they're turnover prone. Herbert has had issues He had issues last year, throwing away interceptions at the end of the game. Giving up the ball at the end of the game. So now teams are just asking quarterbacks to do less with a more sound foundation, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing that in Philly, we're seeing that in Chargers, we're seeing that in a lot of places. We even saw it in Chicago at some point.
I think that's a recipe for success, no matter what. Who you are, the quarterback that you are, but they need some more guys on the outside.
Bro, Mahomes got 500 more yards than Herbert and six more touchdowns. I mean, it ain't.
Well, I mean that's a couple games, bro. Okay. If you're talking about him averaging about, you said 212.
Yeah, he's averaging 212 a game.
That's a few less games. I mean, they're more of a running team. The Chargers are probably more of a running team than the Chiefs, but that's also because they have less weapons. I don't know. Do you think it is?
I don't know, man. I feel like that it's a recipe to win regular season games, but not maybe win a Super Bowl. Right.
I mean, if you have that wide receiver, anything can happen in the playoffs.
Yeah,
so he's capable. You can open that dimension, and throughout the season, you will show that you can, have those big plays with that wide receiver. They just he don't have the weapons like that. He really don't have the weapons like that.
I feel like Harbaugh plays like he at Michigan still.
He is.
I mean,
he got JJ McCarthy.
How did he play with the 49ers back in the day? I felt like he was a run first team too.
It was.
Yeah, they were.
But they have a great.
Their quarterback ran the ball too.
Right.
Yeah, the quarterback did run the ball, but
he have an arm he had an arm, but he have talent Herbert got. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But I was watching it. But Darryl, what's your thoughts on the game?
I'm actually still with your question. As far as the Chargers, I'm not judging them on right now because they still in the process of rebuilding around Herbert right now. Because basically, if you look at it, they stripped him of his play caller, all his weapons, and basically started from scratch. Like they running the ball heavy now, playing good defense, and basically his best receiving option is a rookie, and his best running back is a running back with injury prone, fortunately. So I like where they at right now. I think they're like 1 or 2 years away from like seriously competing. But just even right now, like they're my surprise team right now. What they've done so far. I think they're going to be a wild card team along with the Broncos and Ravens. Just what they've done and how good their defense is. Once they get McConkey back healthy. Dobbins, I think he's on IR, so I'm not sure if they're gonna get him back in time.
He comes back last game of the year. He's eligible.
I don't know if that's gonna be too late as far as them fighting or keeping their wild card position, but we'll see. But I'm not really judging them right now until they continue to rebuild what they worked up so far this season. As far as the game in total, like what Jeff said, it's a divisional game, both good defenses. So not surprising it was like a low scoring, grinded out type of game. With the Chiefs winning these types of games, I'm not really putting too much stock on or hating on them winning, because even if they were like losing a few of these close games, I would still like have belief in them being a championship team. Like for me, like and at the end of the day, you know who they are. Like I'm Pat Mahomes, he doesn't need to go undefeated for me to know what he's capable of. Same with Andy Reid, same with defensive coordinator. With them, like what's really sticking out for me, like especially watching this game, you can really see Mahomes and D-Hop working on that connection. He led the team in targets. I feel like eventually closer to playoffs, D-Hop might be able to get to that Rashee Rice production from last year. Both of them, they're just two good players to to not have that happen. So, and with Kelsey, they're even. I think Kelsey led the team in targets last game, so they're getting back on touch. So they're really gearing up, both of them. That's gonna be crazy. The thing that stuck out to me though was the running game. I thought that just what Kareem Hunt showed over when Pacheco was out, they're going to do like that Detroit Lions type of approach, but they're really going back to Pacheco being the number one back and just using Hunt's like a limited use. But I feel like that could help them like as far as like a balanced attack. I know Pacheco is the better player; he can do more, but I feel like just that balanced attack with both capable backs being as options that can just make your team or maybe make your team more capable of doing things. But just right now, again, with these close games, that's not really swaying me too much on what I think about the Chiefs. They still the Chiefs at the end of the day. Still got to go through them. I feel like they're gonna lock up that number one seed, and it's gonna take to either the Bills or us to not or get in the way.
Oh really? That's just.
Oh really? these fucking guys, Jordan.
Right.
You fucking
crazy. Tom, Curly, and Mo. Like,
Jesus.
Yo, with Hunt though, I feel like he was starting to wear it down a little bit.
He was.
Because he didn't have an off season or training camp. I thought he was starting to wear it down. Pacheco fresh. So I thought they should use Pacheco. He ain't played in weeks, and he been doing what he could do. You can still use Hunt on some short yardage plays and stuff like that. But I like the idea of traditional more have the one running back, bringing Pacheco here and there. Plus, like I said, Hunt was wearing down. I mean, everything you guys said is the same. You know about the Chiefs. We're gonna see where they don't really know until the end until we get there. With the Chargers, like you said, they got to still fight and claw. You know, to try to see what happens. They can't lose too much more, or they might not get in at all. Herbert only 26 to your point, so they is kind of just okay to start fresh. He's still very, very young. And he's already locked up. They got the contract, so they got to bring in more skill players, kind of like Toby said, to see what he can do, what they can do when they have those. But they're right about Dobbins. Dobbins is off injured, a little, out there, so they might have to get and Gus Edwards slow, so they might have to get like another running back to maybe draft one. I don't know. Moving forward. Next, I know it's a long time ago, but it was Lions-Packers Thursday night, and it was a great game, 34-31, down to the wire. Good Dan Gamble making some fourth down calls. I'm going to start with you this time, Daryl, since you went last time. How you felt about that game, Lions-Packers?
Yeah, man, I switched my pick on this. I just fell for all the hype with all the talk about the Lions missing players hurt, players out. But they showed me they for real this game. Like it wasn't a short week because they played Thanksgiving, but just for their offense, they have like the most balanced attack offensively. Like they got Gibbs and Montgomery. We got scoring basically every game. And what stuck out to me, they had 6 receivers with over 5 catches. Like that's crazy. Like Goff spreading the ball. First of all, taking care of the ball, then spreading the ball around like that. Like they can hit you anywhere as far as the defense. Always keeping the defense guessing. That's what kind of leads me to the as far as like the fourth down decisions. I just feel like Dan Campbell, he just has too much. I don't say too much. He has rightfully so a lot of confidence in his play calling and his players on the offensive side. Like that fourth down that they missed. I'm not sure if it was the third quarter when they were up. Once they got the ball back, they scored. They went ahead and scored a touchdown. So just that confidence that he has makes him do that. I do feel like you as far as like, I mean, they kind of built them into this being the team. Like this is their approach. Like they've eliminated any conversation or discussion within themselves or even us. They're going for it on fourth down. So it kind of works with them. But I feel like they should only do it when they need to. Like I think it was in the third quarter they were up by double digits and they still went for it on fourth down. Like in the playoffs. Like once you in that situation in the playoffs, that could come back to hurt you because at the end of the day it's still a gamble and it could work against you. But I think they should only use it once they say they got the most experience in the league as far as they're the most prepared in the league, I should say, as far as going for it on fourth down. So I feel like once since the work that they done last year and up to this point, you can take the foot off the gas as far as that and only use it to your advantage because you're still 9 times out of 10 you're better than the team that you're going to play, except for maybe the Eagles as far as the NFC. So it's not like a lot of teams are going to have them in that position where they need to be desperate like that. So I feel like they should take the foot off the gas and then just use the experience that they built as far as fourth downs to to their advantage in the future. But just not going for it every time, like regardless of the situation. I think that can come back to hurt them. But as far as the Packers, this is another team I feel like that they're 1 year away. This is still like the youngest roster in the league. I think for Love, I think he needs a true, consistent number one receiver. Like I said before, like he has any day, any week, one of those receivers can be the number one. But I feel like that could kind of hurt him. I feel like he needs like that one guy that he can trust no matter what. This is a team where I feel like maybe T. Higgins over the all season might get signed there, and that'll be great. That'll be what he needs. But I feel like just what they have and just their young core, I feel like they're 1 year away. I feel like Love is still trying to find a balance between taking chances and taking care of the ball. Like over the past, it was a good stretch where he had a lot of turnovers, and he kind of quieted that down to the point where we're not seeing like those big plays and those big shot plays because he's trying to take care of the ball more. So I feel like he's still trying to figure that out. But if he gets a true number one consistent option that he can depend on, that can help him out in the long run.
All right, Toby, you go second again. What do you think about that? We remember the Lions.
Packers. Oh yeah, the Lions and
Packers.
The Packers game. Yeah, that was a high scoring game.
Yeah.
I think I picked the Lions to win that game because I think they beat them in Green Bay already. But Jordan Love, I just want to talk about Jordan Love. I mean, he's very talented. I feel like Green Bay system works. Whatever they got Favre, and then Rodgers learned from Favre, and then Love learned from Rodgers, and he's looking solid. They're not there yet, but I feel like when the playoffs come, I feel like anything can happen. And just to touch on the Lions real quick, I picked them because they're the better overall team. They got the running backs. Goff has been decent this season. I remember the one game he had like 5 picks, right? Like I think that was earlier in the season. So he still has that in him, I believe. And if they don't have home field and they got to go to Philly, I'm scared of Goff if they got to put the ball in his hands to win the game. But they have amazing play calling. They've been literally unstoppable all season. So the Packers, on the other hand, they're in the tough division. They're like third, I guess, in that division, right? Because that division is very tough. You got to win all your games. So I think they're definitely still fighting for the playoff life. But it was a good overall game and very exciting. But I knew the Green Bay had no shot at this game though.
All right, let me go to Jordan. I know you last, Jeff, on it.
So I mean, I think the Packers should have won this game. The Packers gave the game away.
Yeah.
And not to say that Detroit's not one of the best teams in the league, because anybody can be beaten. And the Packers are not bad. They're a good football team. They've just been inconsistent. I thought late in the game, Jordan Love missed a couple throws. They got a lot of pressure on him late in the game to where he really couldn't come through, and it was what it was. But I think the Packers gave this game away. I mean, they're like they're two playoff teams. Like I think the reason why people look at the Packers the way they do is because of the way they looked all season last year, because they were so inconsistent, and then Jordan Love caught fire. And that's what I think people see in him and that team is when the playoffs come, he'll catch fire, he'll have a good game, and they can beat anybody. But I think it starts in the regular season as well. So that's like, but I really, really just think the Packers gave the game away. Like to be real.
Jeff, your thoughts, bro?
Division game, really good game. Again, I mean, we forget they're in the same division, a 3-headed monster in that division. Some of the Detroit Lions. I like the gambling thing. I figured, look, if you're gonna gamble,
smack the crazy ones.
If you're gonna gamble on the 4th downs, you might as well just do it. If that's your MO, that's your game plan, fuck it, rock it out. I don't care when you do a regular season, preseason, Super Bowl, fuck it, go for them. Like, if they can't stop them, that's on them. Like, get pissed off if you want, that's on them. Dan Campbell, initially I was a little hesitant of him, but he's been doing well. But this game only had 5 punts. I mean, again, look, they scored 65 points. The over-under was over 50. 50.5, I think. So I was expecting that the Detroit Lions in the shootout, I kind of give the Lions credit because they got a lot more playmakers. To Daryl's point, yes, 6 receivers with 5 receptions or more, 2 of them being the dynamic running backs you got that have combined, that both have 12 scrimmage touchdowns each this season, which is insane, out of this world. That's touchdowns out of your backfield. That's crazy. At one point, Goff was leading the league in passing yards. They kind of simmered it down. And again, the last play to get that first down was crazy. This guy's falling down and hand it off to the running back. Like, and he got it and went for the first.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. Like, it's almost karmatic. Like, karma coming back to bite you for going forward, but you still get it off. That tells me a lot about them. Listen, the last 5 games, the Packers have actually taken the ball out of Jordan Love's hands a lot. He's only got 1 game where he's had over 25 attempts in general. And they've been winning, but they realize their formula might be better to just run the ball with Josh Jacobs. Eliminate Jordan Love having to try and throw to these nobodies and create turnovers and stuff like that. He does still have a lot of youth in his game, absolutely. We know he sat behind Aaron Rodgers for a while, and he's finally playing, but he is still very young to live action. So essentially, let's look at this as his 2nd NFL season, right? So, and they're aware of that, which is really good that they're aware of that. LaFleur is paying attention to that and able to formulate and switch it over to Jacobs running the ball. Jacobs he's been having a monster season, really. I wish the Raiders would have kept on to him. I don't know what we were thinking about at that point. That was nuts.
Regular Raiders shit, man.
Yeah, regular Raiders shit. You're right. I give it to you. It rhymed too. Regular Raiders shit. Yeah. So, again, this game was good though. The turnover by Christian Watson, I thought would have been the breaking point, but the Lions end up punting it after that anyway. They kind of exchanged punts back and forth until we got to the 4th quarter where they started putting some points up. Jared Goff is good. He's really good inside the dome. It doesn't matter what dome it's in. He's really good inside the dome. You put him outside, he's a little lofty, but he did beat the Packers this season in Green Bay. So this is a season sweep for him against the Green Bay Packers. So that's really good. Going forward, I expect them to continue this trajectory. They have to get that number 1 seed in order to ensure that they're on their way to wherever the Super Bowl is this year. If not, they're going to be doomed. They got to go to Philly outside. That's going to be a problem. They got to go anywhere outside. It's going to be an issue. So they got lucky, and I say this in the sense because Minnesota's a dome. They're a dome. They kind of got some things going in their direction to kind of help them with that. The only place that they're probably going to have issue is if they face an NFC East team, and then honestly, if you face the NFC West team, you're going to get Seattle on the 12th man, in my opinion, and I don't think that's going to work really well for them at all, unless the Rams win the division. It means that's another dome, so they could be playing dome all the way to the joint, even if they don't get the number 1 seed. Again, like I said, 65 points on a Thursday night, super crazy good. Take the ball out of Love's hands, give it to Jacobs. This is the formula for the Green Bay Packers, but the Detroit Lions just really got this thing cooking. Like they they country cooking right now. They don't care what it is, who it is. They do what they do. They go for 4th down. They run the ball with Sonic and Knuckles. Whatever you want to do. Even though they lost Hutchinson for the season, the defense still is in bend but don't break mode, and they haven't done so yet.
Nah, I'm kind of with Jordan. I think Green Bay should have won this game, man. And I feel like that, Daryl, I'm not mad at you. I picked the Lions. No, what I picked? I picked Packers too.
Y'all did. Me and Toby don't pick the Lions.
They are missing mad players on defense. A lot of guys are coming off like the practice field or something like that. They gave up 31 points. Now, the offense is crazy. And Ben Johnson might be the best play schemer and play caller right now because he's doing his thing. But I'm not, like, we're going to see this week versus Josh Allen. Like, I'm not too high on the Lions no more without the defense. Hutchinson was a big loss at first, but then they had more losses. That's hurting.
Nah, yeah, it is. It's gonna be a shootout, probably.
It's gonna be a shootout for real. We're gonna see what happens. But I agree with you, Jeff. Josh Jacobs for the Packers has been doing his thing. They given Love the Jalen Hurts treatment to make him throw the ball less like that. They won't throw the ball.
Motherfucking man.
I'm just saying, it's what it is.
Stop disrespecting my QB, man.
I told no lies. So it's helping them out. Turn the ball less.
Started looking like a glorified running back to me too.
But,
you wish you had fucking Jalen Hurts.
But we'll see what happens with the Lions. Unfortunately, they're so close. They got to keep trying to win out. I think they'll make my pick later on, but I'll make my pick on the game this week versus the Bills. But I don't like what I'm saying with the defense, even though I love the offense. And Jeff, I think the Packers could get them that third if they play them again the third time in the playoffs.
Yeah, I do too.
Because it's hard to be the same 3 times. We already know that.
Nah, not in this situation.
I mean, they should have won that game. Y'all don't think they should have won that game?
I mean, it's a shoulda, woulda, coulda all day, my nigga.
They lost.
I mean, I'm saying they gave the game away.
Tell them again, Toby.
They didn't give the game away. I mean,
They gave the game away, man.
That's on y'all,
Correct.
not them.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, they can beat them. Like, they gave the game away. Like,
anybody can be anybody, but I just don't think they're gonna beat them. Like, I don't think
They
things
can.
will go their way when it comes down to it. I just don't think it will.
Listen, it's hard
You don't
to
think
see
it'll go
3
to
times
Packers'
in one
way?
season.
I
This
think
is the thing.
there's only
This
one
is-
team that could beat the Lions right now. I think in the
Eagles.
NFC is
but
the Eagles.
but that's
Especially
not.
if
But
the Eagles have home field.
I don't even
Sure,
know if
but-
the Eagles know more with all this kind of.
Man,
Yeah,
I
relax,
think the
relax.
Rams could beat them. I think the
the
Packers
Rams
could beat them.
could.
Anybody
I
can beat
think
them.
Anybody
Can beat them. You don't think if you don't think the Packers can, because this isn't like the Eagles playing the Giants 3 times that one year. The Giants were dog shit. This, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Packers are not dog shit.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I
It's
don't-
psychological though. Some of it,
Yeah,
bro.
that's
They
what
already
I'm
done
saying,
put it
man.
down to you in your crib. Then you put it down to you in their crib.
Yeah.
We could put it
They were
down
clo-
to you wherever you want to do it, my nigga.
They were close games. I'm not
Remember that,
sure.
Jeff? When I played for the third
I don't think the
time,
first game was close. The first game wasn't close, bro. The one in Green Bay wasn't close. I think that was a blowout.
Nah, I think it was like a yeah. They only scored like 20 something, but it was just dominance. They just ran it down their throat and asked Goff to throw it when they needed to.
Let me what up? Did everybody talk about the game,
24-14 in Green Bay.
24-14.
Yeah, Goff
Yeah,
had only
yeah,
145 yards.
Mhm.
That's not really. I mean, that's not a blowout.
I mean, 10 points is more than a touchdown.
Yeah, two possessions. You get the Lions 2 possessions more.
That's
They
not
gonna score.
a blowout. It's
not a blowout, but they beat them
blowout is- a
comfortably. Let me
blowout
say
is-
that.
a
But wait,
blowout
here's
is
something to
like
think about.
14.
That's probably
17.
why they go for it on 4th,
Comfortable one.
because they know that their defense is kind of sus.
Bro,
so
you
why
know
give
that
them the
cost
ball?
them the game last year with the Niners, right? All his gambling and shit.
Last year?
Last year.
I mean, they
Present.
gave that game away too. They gave that game away to the 49ers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They ain't gamble. When you gamble, you can win or lose. That's all I'm saying. So,
Right.
Yeah. Mikael Bridges is selling right now. Bad.
I mean, that's cool. What football team you play for?
I hear you. It's just
Who's
it's
your other
crazy,
gambler
Jeff.
do? Riverboat Ron Rivera.
Yeah,
See what he
yeah.
hit now. All the damn gambling.
I mean, he went to the Super Bowl.
I mean, he did.
You went to
He
one
went to
bowl.
the chip. His quarterback just wasn't ready. He went to the chip though.
All right, let's get. Well, we brought the Eagles. Talk about the Eagles. They kind of got a little lucky versus the Panthers.
Very.
Well-
They pulled out the dub because
Luck don't exist.
if Leggett catch that ball, that's game over. But I ain't gonna, we're gonna talk
You
about
know,
that.
you know what they say about luck, right?
It runs out.
Nah, isn't that an opportunity means preparation?
Yeah.
Mm.
Sure.
So get with it. Get with it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
again, if Leggett catch that wide open touchdown, the
No,
game is over.
motherfucker should cut the ball.
But anyway,
Right? They ain't taking that away from you.
Yeah,
You're
I
right.
don't know what happened to Fangio's game on that play. But anyway, Jordan, Eagles did beat the Panthers. Man, your thoughts on the game and y'all season, right? And the off-field drama. Let's talk about
Yeah,
that.
let's talk about that.
I mean, bottom line is this: we won the game. I like how the game went. Panthers are not dog shit the last 5-6 games. Let's get that right. They took the Super Bowl champs by a field goal. They've been playing extremely well. I'm happy for Bryce Young. I like Leggett. He's going to be a beast next year. So don't sleep on Carolina. Hubbard is nice. He was nice at Oklahoma State. He was a beast. It took him about 3-4 years to get his shit right. He's there. Let me say this about Philly. What A.J. Brown said, absolutely right. If you want to go to your mans and have that conversation, that's what you should do. BG kind of fucked it up because BG said what he said, and he shouldn't have really said that. And he should have went to them directly. But there's something there because he wouldn't have said that if there wasn't there. I don't give a fuck what the beef is. Whatever it is, right now, Jalen, you need to be accountable. Everybody's talking about A.J. Brown. You do miss throws. I said this shit 6, 7, 8 weeks ago. He goes first read, and then he's deer in the headlights.
Or he takes off.
Or he takes off. I said it 8, 9 weeks ago. I've been saying this shit. And I don't know what it is. Jalen, what happened yesterday, was your fault. I mean, on Sunday was your fault with the passing game. It's not A.J. Brown.
Mm.
So whatever the beef is, off the field, I don't know. We'll never know. But as a business, listen, man, get that shit together, come together, talk that shit out, and go get them tutties and go get me a fucking ring.
So hold on,
Because
before I
they
get
should
y'all
have
in
got
here.
me one 2 years ago.
No, but before I get y'all in here, is it all Jalen fault? What about the play calling or
I
play?
don't care.
No, play calling's well.
No. The play calling is fine. Jalen missed throws.
All right.
There was everybody keeps talking about the goal line throw where AJ was wide open on the slant. And when you look at the play, like, I understood why Jalen didn't throw the ball. He was scared to throw that ball. He was scared to throw
So is he
that
worried
ball
about picks
in
now?
case of an interception. He was scared to throw that
That's
football.
my point.
Because it had to be a tight one right there, boom. And he didn't believe in it. He don't believe in himself right there. He didn't believe in himself right there. Or he would have threw the ball. He was scared. Bottom line. And A.J. Brown sitting there like, what the fuck? I was wide open. We scored the ball. But what the hell? You looked me off a couple times this game. What's going on? So if I'm A.J. Brown, hell yeah, I'm upset. I'm the second best player on this offense now. Don't get it fucked up. I need the ball too now. Y'all paying me $28 million, $30 million. Come on now. I'm in this.
35.
35?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I need the fucking ball. Yeah, throw me. I should be after. Listen, any pass play that gets called, and I have one-on-one, I need the ball. But any pass play that gets called, the number one option should be designed to go to him every time. It doesn't matter. I get Devontae is nice. I get Dallas Goedert. We got the A.J. Brown, top 3.
Top
Throw
3.
him the fucking. Is he not?
I don't know about top 3.
Not
Not top 3, G.
Whoa.
Chase, Jettas, and then Brown. Like that's where we at.
AJ.
Nah.
What are you talking about?
I'm taking Nico and Puka. I'm sorry, bro.
I got to take Cup. At least he a Triple Crown winner. Come on.
I'm taking Nico and Puka,
Niggas say
bro.
Cooper and Cup.
I said, yo, Puka nice as hell, bro.
Yo, he's not better than
Yes.
AJ Brown. That just is what it is.
Yes,
Nico's
bro.
Nico's a beast, bro.
Who's better, Smith or Waddle?
They both trash.
Probably Smith. Probably Devontae
Yeah.
Smith, but
I don't
AJ
know.
Brown is better than
I don't
Puka.
know.
Stop
That's a
playing
hard
with me.
one.
And then he'll still not, come on.
Yeah,
man.
AJ Brown has always been, stop playing with me, bro.
Hill wasn't better than Brown?
Bro, chill out.
Who wasn't better than Brown?
Tyreek Hill was better than
Tyreek Hill?
Brown.
Tyreek Hill was like, especially when he was on.
Nah, he was last year. He was nuts.
Right.
He was taking- he was taking
They were at
that.
2K last year. Like,
Chill. Don't act like AJ ain't go nuts last year and the year before
Not
that.
like
now.
nowhere near
Tyreek
2K.
Well, listen. AJ's top 5.
Okay, all right. I'll give you that. I can see
All
that.
We'll give you that.
Fuck y'all.
Debatable, but
He's
we'll
top
give you that.
5. Fuck y'all, but it ain't no
Debatable,
debate.
we'll give you that
It
one
ain't
tonight.
we ain't no. Yeah. Come on.
All
I
right.
think top 5. I'm gonna use it for my point. Toby, what's your thoughts on the Eagles,
Yeah.
the game, or the drama going on, man?
Yeah, it was a good game. The Panthers, they've been slept on the last few weeks, like Jordan said. Once Bryce Young, honestly, Bryce Young was looking like a bust. I'm not gonna lie, he was looking like a bust. But once he got benched,
He been
for those
balling.
games, and he came back, he's just like a whole different quarterback. And I'm happy to see that he's he's showing that he could play in the league, in this league. And they played Hubbard. He's been on the rise for a few years in the background, and this year seems like he's not having an amazing year, but he's having a pretty good year, and that's helping out the team. They got Thielen out there. He's still doing this thing. The game came down to the wire. The dude dropped the pass, but I just want to talk about the Eagles real quick. Saquon looking like a great quarterback, looking like an MVP candidate. Him and Josh Allen going at it. I think he broke what's his name, LaShawn McCoy running record. Would you say he's better than LaShawn McCoy?
Nah.
Who?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. What about you,
He
Daryl?
is.
The show was shifty. He was nasty.
What would you say?
Did you say Saquon is better than LaShawn McCoy?
Yeah, bro. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely the only one that said.
Shady wasn't as powerful as.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Definitely the only one that said.
Saquon is capable of doing more.
He's giving like a little miniature AP,
Yeah,
Does he
True.
catch like
Yeah.
McCoy?
so he's
Well,
definitely
with the
better
great-
than.
He's not as shifty as McCoy, but that's the only
Yo.
thing that really has.
Yeah.
He doesn't catch like McCoy either.
Jeff, Saquon Barkley is a generational
running back, bro. That's what I think about. Adrian Peterson wasn't the best
Saquon Barkley is a
catching the ball.
generational
running back.
Right.
Like
you've never seen a running
like
back
every
like
down
this.
back, like
You've never
any
seen a running.
situation.
You've never seen a running back like
Saquon drop a
Saquon
touchdown
Barkley.
this year.
he got the offense.
I'm just saying, like a walk-in, like.
But he's a generational talent. He's a generational talent.
Okay.
That size and speed is rare. You don't see that, and the shiftiness.
Physically, but that shiftiness, he couldn't fuck with him.
He be shaking niggas. You tweaking?
Not
What?
shady.
He can't shake. He has shaken niggas, and he can't.
Not shady.
He's not like
shady. It ain't shady, but he's shaking niggas.
It's not
it ain't
shady,
shady, but he's shaking. Shady on a class of his own. But
Thank you.
But he's shaking niggas for sure. He got the spin. He got the jukes. He jumping over, hurdling niggas behind and shit. Tripping.
And he gets stronger as the game go on.
Yeah, like, and he's strong as shit. Like he big as hell, bro. Like that's not normal. Like that's not normal.
I seen Shady go for like 250 in the snow game.
I hear you, but this man did go for two. What did he just go for 266?
Not in the snow.
I don't give a fuck. Bro, you don't see somebody that size moving like that.
I mean, what? He's 6'1"?
Bro, he's big.
He's big
for
as
to
shit,
be a running back.
Like,
he's
6'1". Big as Henry, but he big
yeah. He big. He's still big to be a running back, bro. Like that's different, bro. Oh, Bridges.
All right, Daryl, you go ahead, man. Eagles, Panthers.
Yo, this funny, man.
Ain't talking about those. Ain't talking about
we get at court track January.
Coming back.
For this game, I ain't really taking too much from this game. I do feel like maybe the Eagles maybe played down to the comp, maybe a little bit. I do feel bad for Bryce, like just having that game-winning touchdown would have felt good would have been good on his record and resume. But he been balling. I don't know what it is. Like some of these younger generational players, maybe they gotta sit to kind of maybe have like a
I'm gonna tell you what it
reset.
Is, bro. He got over that chick who Tyrese Maxey stole from him.
Hey, you funny as hell, bro.
I was gonna say
I'm gonna say something else to that too, though. Good.
I was gonna say, like, ironically, same city. Like we saw it early with LaMelo Ball. He got benched and he's been balling ever since. So I don't know what it is with, like, younger players. Maybe they just need to reset mentally. I don't know what it is, but I thought it was ironic how both of them benched and then turning around and ended up balling. So, but again, I felt like having that game-winning touchdown would have been good for him. But it's good seeing him improve.
He stays dropping balls though, again, man. He gotta get better with that.
Yeah. And but
he's gonna be a beast next year.
I ain't expect Thielen to have over 100 yards against his defense.
Yo, Thielen was cooking him in that fourth quarter, bro. But go ahead.
Hold on, man. Let the man
talk. But as far as that locker room drama, I don't know if it's because I'm a Steelers fan and then we play the Eagles this week, or if I'm just watching Hard Knocks and just seeing how Tomlin operates. I'm not buying none of that locker room drama. I feel like it's overblown. I feel like the media is maybe taking a little bit too much, buying a little bit too much into it. If I'm Tomlin, I'm telling Joey Porter, they gonna throw to AJ Brown like 5 times the first drive. Like you can already.
And it's a catch.
No, it's clamps all day. But I'm not buying into it. I don't think that issue between AJ and Hurts is that big than the people or media making it seem. I mean, I feel like just a couple weeks ago they was in the locker room chilling and partying and shit. So, but I think teams, they just have those disagreements and arguments throughout the year. I feel like in today's day we see it more and try to make more out of it. I ain't buying into it. I ain't buying too much into that. But as far as just the overall Eagles, as far as they did what they did, just like with the Chiefs. They good teams. They put themselves in position to win. Like you can say how they won, or you can debate that all day. But the fact is, they put themselves in position. They got the job done. Still one of the top teams in their conference. But yeah, I don't put too much. I mean, maybe it's just the Panthers. Some reason somehow the Panthers go into the link. Just as bad juju in Philly. I know that playoff game and back in the day didn't really go too well for the Eagles. I'm just putting any negative Eagle energy out there for this week. So, but yeah, again, I'm not taking too much from this game. But again, I like it. My biggest thing, I'm not buying into that drama in the locker room.
Jeff, I know you're gonna talk about this drama, the game. What's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, well, the game was interesting. I mean, it was interesting that I think the Eagles did play down to the competition, and it just works that way. You have a lowly Panthers team coming in, you thinking, fuck it, we just gonna have an easy go at them, and it really ended up being a nail biter. They really could have lost and should have lost at this point. Really, might have been a wake up call for them, help them get together. But Hurts had 3 touchdowns this game, two passing, 1 rushing, but he 108 passing yards, so forth and so on. Saquon really he's the focal point of this offense. Let's really call it a thing. Look, here's the thing, right? For one, I think you mentioned it before, like Jalen can't read zone. He can't read defenses. Like he doesn't know where to go with the ball. He doesn't know pre-snap reads. He can't get that done. Also, the job of the head fucking coach is to inspire your better players to play better. What the fuck is Nick doing then if he's scared to throw the ball and worried about interceptions in the red zone? Like, what's going on with that guy? Look, man, there is a fire in there. It's a fire in there, obviously. If Brandon Graham is out and he's saying it, that he's telling the truth. There's shit going on in there. It's been shit going on there. They don't like Jalen like that. Obviously, it was the coach had an issue last year and leading into the season. Last year, we saw a bunch of blow-ups with A.J. Brown on the sideline. We saw that shit happening in fruition. We saw it with our own eyes. There's been a problem, if you ask me. I think they're expecting Hurts to be someone that he isn't. Maybe there's envy because he got paid. I don't really know what it is, but something is going on inside that locker room, and if it doesn't get organized, it's going to be a problem. As far as the game goes, Quinyon mentioned, I think he starts to struggle in the slot. I think that's a position he struggles against a lot. Thielen had his way. A couple weeks ago, somebody else had their way too. Kupp and them was having their way with him. Yeah, they was having their way with him. Definitely in the slot. Kupp was having his way all day. So that's the only thing I'm worrying about the Eagles. Yeah, he's an outside guy. You get the sideline to help you when you're on the outside. You're all good. In that slot, though, you up for grabs, whatever the case may be. As far as Bryce Young goes, I wouldn't really say he's been balling lately. I mean, he's got 3 games in the last 5 under 200 yards. So I guess I don't know if y'all guys want to call him that. He's only had 2 games. He hasn't had a game all season over 65% completion. And he's a rookie, I know, but I don't really see him as balling. I think they're giving him the ball to Chuba Hubbard, who has had some fumbles this season. So, they're a team that's going to get better next year. The Eagles should have they should have 30 burgered these motherfuckers, if you ask me. If you want to say you're a real contender, you beat the team that's on your schedule that you're supposed to beat, and you go and take care of business the right way. If you don't, you can be getting talked about on the next Monday night shows. So that's kind of where we are with that.
What about the Chiefs? The Chiefs didn't blow them out.
But the Chiefs, we know they got the capacity to. Are we sure
the Eagles got the capacity to blow them out too?
All right. I mean, okay. You got a point. I got a point. What's your point? Like, tell me. Like, all right, what? I'm just saying though. What's the point? Like, the Chiefs could have, the Eagles should have.
I'm just saying anything can happen. Those teams both win. Like, if they play each other 5 times, Eagles is probably winning 5 times. Some 3 or 4 might be blowouts, but the one game might be close. Same thing with Chiefs.
I guess. Again, it was like I said, it was just a game. It was one of the games I think the Eagles played down to, and I don't think they want to do that this week coming up at all.
I agree with the Eagles playing down. It's crazy because it was a 13.5-point spread.
Crazy spread.
That shit. But which is wild, right? Like 1 or 2 points, but the passing was serious. Like, he had 108 yards this week. He had 118 yards last week. So if he getting 120 yards, like, game, of course AJ mad. Where the fucking yards at? Because you still got Smith and Goddard and everybody else. So and the week before that was 179. So he ain't over 200 yards in 3 weeks. So that's and I know they've run the ball with Saquon a lot, which they should do. But as a top 5 receiver, like Jordan said, I think he wants some catches and yards. You know what I'm saying? So. And it's tough because they kind of scaled back Hurts so much from the beginning of the season. At the same time, Hurts did have a problem reading defense, and I think he did get gun shy, kind of like Jordan was saying, because he had so many picks, like games in a row. Now you're like, I'm gonna just hold the ball, run the ball, and whatever. But you still got top 5 receivers. To AJ's point, he's a top 5 receiver. I agree with Jordan. However, he's number 43 in targets per game. That don't mesh.
You know like 67 this year is terrible.
Yeah. So his talent is not giving it, and then with the payday, you got. I mean, and you can't take the money back, but the high paid quarterback having 118 yards per game again, that don't mesh either. So something's got to get more balanced, I guess, for AJ to feel all right. But they did play down to Carolina. I will say that. This week it's gonna be a good test versus us. We'll see. I hope Jalen don't force it to AJ now either, because AJ got mad. But I do feel like there is something there. I don't like Sirianni. I don't think he's a leader of men. I think he's let the players do what they want to do. I'm not saying it's going to hurt the Eagles to win the Super Bowl or go to the Super Bowl, but they will win in spite of Sirianni. If this was Dan Campbell or Mike Tomlin, he would have had them niggas together like, all right, we're going to work this shit out. whatever.
Fuck somebody up tonight, yeah.
but Sirianni's not that guy. I'm just saying. So, but no, I mean it would have been nice for Bryce Young. I think he's too little. You know, to me. Like I like him,
bro. He
little, bro.
Played exceptionally well against the
bro,
Eagles defense.
What?
But he's little, bro.
What?
I'm saying.
What do you mean?
If he wasn't watching the Blaze the game when he was making plays and getting out the pocket and moving around.
Bro, he was 19 for 34.
It looked bad.
Y'all talking about?
You didn't watch the game. Then you did not watch the game.
19 of 34.
I don't care what those
55% pass.
You didn't watch the game.
He played good.
Bryce
Young
played extremely
he played all right, bro.
Against the top 3,
bro.
Defense in the NFL.
55% for 5 yards a pass. Nah,
NFL
bro. I'm not buying this
quarterback plays out there.
Nah, bro.
He had a game-winning touchdown. What the fuck?
Not buying that a guy averaging 5 yards a pass at 55% completion.
You didn't watch the game.
That was just all about the numbers, man.
They don't lie to you.
They do lie to you.
Yes,
They generally do.
They don't tell the whole story.
That's what he did.
Numbers to lie to you.
The numbers is baloney, bro.
19 for 34 is.
You didn't watch
Well, he made the pass to tie up the
He
game. The guy
made
dropped the ball.
plays, bro.
He had a drive.
He was out there. He was out there
drive. He
moving
didn't
out
have
of
a
the
great
pocket,
game.
shaking niggas, getting
That's
first.
part of the game, bro.
This is why he was the first round pick. That's what I'm trying.
That nigga threw 55% for 5 yards a pass.
Bro, he was out there balling. I'm trying to tell you. He was out there.
He looked the most confident that he's been since he's been in the league.
Yo, real shit, bro.
Well, the benching, like y'all said, maybe it help. I mean, like I said, I think he's got over the chick.
I'm
happy. We'll see how he is moving forward. I mean, he got a few more games this season, but the Eagles should be fine. Like I said, their tests, because the rest of the season after us, I think they got like easy games the rest of the way. I'm pretty sure. So their big test gonna come at least offensively versus our defense. You know what I mean? Which should be a big test for them. But speaking of the mighty Steelers, we did get our revenge back and cook the Browns as we knew we would. Without GP. Don't make that face, Jeff. You know what it was. What's our record now? What do we?
I'm just saying, who's the editor for the topics and the wording? Like, who chooses the adjectives around
I got an editing team.
Who chooses the adjectives around
here?
Sat
together. This is what we decided.
Who chooses the adjectives?
Yeah, bro.
I gotta take my team later on, but they did cook the Browns. Daryl, still a fan. What's your thoughts on us and us? That game? I know you watched the whole game. So what's your thoughts on that moving forward?
Every snap. But yeah, I'm sorry before the game. It was surprising seeing that alert with GP was questionable on Friday, and then him being a game time decision, and then from the game to start the game, definitely looked like the offense. They didn't have a full week to prepare without him, because they did start off slow. Russ started off stagnant. It looked like he was missing his number one guy. So that was definitely understandable. That stuck out to start the game. But what kind of kept us afloat, or just in control, was the O-line. Like they played better the last few weeks, and they really kept us at bay until Russ got settled in. Najee, I know he had like maybe 3 yards per carry, but he had a big 20-yard run earlier in the game. And then right after that, Warren came in and provided a spark offensively, got the running game going. And then once that started, then Russ settled in, and the whole offense settled in after that. Russ, he keeps making plays like moving and scrambling within the pocket, like avoiding the rush just to get the throw off in time. It's been a couple weeks, multiple weeks now. He's done that and threw a touchdown to fire move, just moving. That's not necessarily scrambling and like being fast and all that and quick and all that, but just moving out the way and just getting the throw off. I'm seeing him doing good with that. Mike Will, he stepped up. Like Russ, he missed him early on the touchdown early in the game, but he had a clutch. Mike Will, he had a clutch third down, one-handed sideline catch. That was crazy. I'm hoping because I don't want GP to play this game. I want him to get right for this playoff run. But while he's out, I'm hoping Mike Will and Russ develop some chemistry. Because if we can get a connection with them on the other side with GP, that's going to open up everything with Freiermuth and Austin work in the middle as well. So I think it's very crucial for him and Mike Will to get that connection better. Defense, it was a good game for the defense. I feel like it should have been over once we got up 27-7. but did let them score again to kind of extend their hope. Really, we still playing. This is the most frustrating thing. We still playing off coverage on 3rd and long, like that. That touchdown to Judy on 3rd and 9, wide open, middle of the field because we was playing zone. If no one was staying with them, like it's no one to stay with them to make that throw difficult or possibly contested. So I'm not sure what the philosophy is with that, but we 3rd and long. Our number one corner, his best, like just watching Hard Knocks, the coach even said it himself, is Joey Porter Jr. His best thing about him is man press. But on 3rd and long, when we got the offense on the heels, we playing back and playing zone. I'm not sure what the thinking is with that, but I feel like that can get us, especially when we play a better team in the playoffs. But that's really my only issue with the defense. We got healthy. We got Highsmith back. He got a sack, like I think the first drive of the game. So just to keep him healthy on the other side of Watt. I like that, but just the defensive decision making may come back to bite us once we've played better competition. But we took care of it again against the Browns, which was expected, like Toby said.
This nigga gave me the whole all 22 from the game.
Damn, I always say, bro, this was easy. But like, what are we talking about? Like, down on the field today is Harold.
All right. Jeff, man, why don't you get in there, man, just to break some balance.
Just gonna make it shit. Look, listen, they beat the Browns. You know, they are the Browns. Jameis is Jameis. You saw the video I sent to the Joel of Jameis with the fish. Hilarious.
I love Jameis.
Like, he is pure comedy. Like,
yeah, I love Jameis.
He is straight goofball though. Yeah. You know, but listen, the Pittsburgh still took care of business like they were supposed to. No way in the world should they even have to consider getting swept by the Cleveland Browns this year. Interdivision rival, having a great quarterback. Chubb came back from the ACL, whatever the case may be. Russ did what he's supposed to do. Get some completions, get yards, get touchdowns, put points on the board. Najee 16 for 53 yards and a touchdown. That's good for you. Fryer moved with another touchdown. Very, very solid tight end too to add to the weaponry that they have, even though they were missing even though they're missing Pickens. You know, listen, they're preparing for a long run, and they are. They have to create balance. The running game was really good. The defense, though, I was concerned. I mean, they gave up 25 carries, 104 yards for the Browns overall as a team, which is about 4 and some yards per carry. You know, that's something you want to lock up, especially in the playoffs, because you know you're going to face a lot of teams running, and I don't avoid throwing stuff like that, stopping the run. But you know, listen, these guys. I still had the same thing. I said they're either AFC Championship or Super Bowl or bust. You know, it's one or the other. Like, I don't think that you can really say anything less than that is expected for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The team is constructed the way they're constructed right now. Is their formula is for winning, and so forth and so on. But good win.
Wait, was Highsmith back? No,
that's what he
came
said.
Back this game.
Okay, that's good. Toby, Steelers Nation, what's up, man?
Steelers Nation. I mean, a predicted W, even with Pickens being on. I knew we wasn't going to lose this game. Basically, Winston threw 2 picks. That's 2 turnovers right there. You're not going to beat us doing that even without Pickens. You know, like Daryl said, our defense gives up easy touchdowns. They can be had. We are trying to win the Super Bowl, but we have weaknesses, I feel like, in the wide receiver position. We don't have a number 1B. We maybe don't have a real number 2. So it's like our receivers aren't really that great outside of Pickens. Running game is decent. You know, Russell's playing good like I predicted this season. So when it comes down to it, it's just going to be about, you know, getting stops. Like with this game, I'm not really taking much out of it. It wasn't really a competition. If it didn't snow that last game, we would have beat them. We would have swept them this season. But, you know, they got, you know, the ref was on their side that day, and the weather definitely played a huge factor. So good game overall. This week we're going to play the Eagles. You know, like that's what I want to talk about. And when it comes to them, I think it'll be a good test for our defense to see if they can stop the run. Because I remember a few games. I remember one game even the Giants was running all over us earlier this season. So we can be had through the run game and the pass game. You know, this defense is solid, but they're not an all-timer. And when you're not an all-timer defense, I feel like you can be had. Because I've seen some. So we'll see what happens, you know, against Saquon. It's a huge test for them. And let's see. I remember last time we played AJ, he killed us. I think that was last season. He definitely killed us. So, you know, let's see what we could do in this game, you know, against a very good team.
3 tuds.
3 tugs.
Calling
Look,
out.
he destroyed us. Like, we can't let that happen this time.
Dude.
He got 24 on him this week. Ain't gonna happen.
Oh wait, the Eagles. Oh, wide receiver scored. Who won?
The Eagles definitely won.
35.
We didn't have no
All right,
quarterback
man.
to
Talk
compete.
about the Steelers and Browns, Jordan, man.
Man,
About that shit.
the fucking
Right,
Browns.
man.
No thing, man.
Come on, bro. Browns are staying.
Stinky
Browns
game.
staying.
So we
All right.
look good though. You say okay, good. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about the game of probably the weekend. The Rams beat the Bills despite 6 TDs from Josh Allen and an 80+
this
point game. We saw probably the best QB right now in the AFC and NFC, in my opinion.
This shit pissed me off.
But and you like Stafford, like too, George.
Romance.
But,
Yeah, huge Stafford fan.
but
That's weird.
Been telling y'all niggas, man.
anyway, why don't you start Rams Bills, Jordan?
Great game. 2 great teams. Well, I mean, 2 great, offenses and players and quarterbacks. It was cool to see that. Josh Allen, I said on the show, Saquon was the MVP. Hard to really make a case for Saquon when dude those 6 tuds, no INTs. Because now the numbers are starting to pile through, like in a big way. So this just really my bad. Fucking it's just like I do believe in the Rams because I feel like they can beat anybody with that offense because that skill group is, I mean, you can make the case it's the best in the NFL. I mean, with the talented, like the 2 receivers, the running back, and then mix it with the quarterback, like all of those guys. Like you look at the Matt Stafford, top 10 QB, Puka and Cup are top 10 receivers, right? I mean, and it's Kyron. I don't know. I mean, he could be. He's a great running back. You know what I mean? I don't know, but you guys don't like to do that. So, too many great running backs out here, but. The Rams are scary. Like if they get into the playoffs, they can beat anybody. They can beat anybody because if you can't stop that shit, like that's like Matt Stafford,
and a good coach. Forget about McVay.
Yeah,
bro.
and a great coach with a great play caller and great play design. So how can you really? You know what I'm saying? That's a scary sight for somebody, especially if it's Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's Detroit, that's scary for them. It's in a dome. You know what I mean? Like. So I mean, if they come to Philly, we're gonna shut that shit down.
Man, they already cooked your on offense, man. Stop that. Anyway.
What you mean? We just whooped their ass.
They didn't whoop their ass. Yeah, I gotta
whoop their ass. What are you talking about?
Almost double. Almost hit with a dub.
That's cool. We whooped their ass with that.
Almost made them get off the sticks. Almost 21.
They got all
y'all ran the ball on their defense, but their offense wasn't.
They got all
They had 20 points on offense, Mike. Which they only had 20 points. Shit.
They ain't in the end zone, I'll give you that. But Puka had 9 for 117.
That's all you wanted to say about it. Yeah. That's all you wanted to talk about. So.
I'm just saying. Jeff, what you thought about the Rams Bills?
Yeah, man, that was a fantastic game. And honestly, we might be due for another one this week. But you know what? That tells me the Bills' defense is fucking booty doo. Like, geez, man. Like, their defense could be had at an R. Kelly party for sure. Like, somebody can take that. Anyone can put it up on them news, bro. Look, Stafford 7 incompletions, 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like, how can you ignore that? Like, this guy's, but he's only got 19 touchdowns this season.
He has his players with him. What you mean?
I know. You want more. You want to see more. I want to see more. I want to see numbers be gaudy and audacious and arrogant. You know what I'm saying? So, but look, right. This is a testament to look. Once Josh Allen got done turning the ball over, now he's elite. He's elite now, out of this world now. Like he's Superman in the cape, literally red, white, and blue. He's Superman for sure. Like this guy's unbelievable at like 6'4", 6'5". Like the ability to run. He ran 10 for 82 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's a running back line. Like what's wrong with this? Like that's crazy. But this game right here.
Saying this shit.
Yeah, but he was turning the ball over like ferociously before. Now he's not. But this game was fantastic, man. It was a great shootout. It was a wonderful game. The NFL probably got hella ratings off of it. 2 of the best quarterbacks in the league. Yes, I agree. Like names all over the place. Cup, Puka, You know what I'm saying? Shakir is starting to be a household name, Mike. Just so you know. Shakir is starting to be a household name. I'm just saying, he a slot receiver. He's starting to be a household name. You know what I'm saying? So it was a really great game. The defense has got to be pulling their hair out. Listen, I've always questioned Sean McDermott as a coach. I've always said he might be the weak link. And letting him go for the sneak on the down where he needed to keep his timeouts was another indication that his coaching can sometimes be flawed. Instead of going for the pass and running the risk of just having an incompletion, stopping it and keeping the 3 timeouts in case you scored and you would kick it, had your 3 timeouts to play defense and come down, he ran sneak with Josh Allen trying to get his boy the shit, and it didn't work out. They ended up having to waste the timeout. Only had 2 left, kind of cut their legs off at the back end of the game. So that's one thing I just always want to bring to attention. Sean McVay is like the elite of the elite from the Shanahan tree. He's from like Mike Shanahan tree, right? Yeah. He's from the Mike Shanahan tree. Like, damn, this guy has so many hella good coaches on his tree. Like, this is crazy. He's almost as good as what is the guy from Green Bay? What was his name, Mike? Seahawks coach. Who had Mariucci, Gruden, Andy Reid, all them dudes. Holmgren had all them guys. Yeah. Like, the tree for Mike Shanahan is crazy, but crazy good game, man. And we'll look to see this week. Josh Allen needs to really do this same shit again.
And to your point, McDermott's supposed to be a defensive coach too, so that's not good.
Yeah.
But
bad time management, coach management.
Daryl, your thoughts on the Rams and Bills, bro?
They're kind of like what y'all said. What still got to me the most, like how scary the Rams would be if they had a better roster around their core 4 with Puka, Kupp, Williams, and Stafford. Like if they had a better team, like they would be in that Eagles Lions tier. I feel like just their roster is kind of set in keeping them out of that really. As far as like this overall game, I feel like this game put a close to the conversation as far as MVP. If Saquon just goes absolutely crazy and breaks the record and gets the touchdowns that he would have had without Hurts, and maybe, but for now, the book is closed on that. Allen had a crazy year. I mean, just more carries than your number 1 running back Cook. I mean, I don't know if that's a problem or just how good he is or how they want to use him, but I feel like maybe once the playoffs start, they gotta get him involved. Maybe take the everything off of Allen, put everything on his shoulders. Definitely, I like what Amari Cooper did. This guy, I feel like it may have been one of his best games as a Bill. His connection, just like similar to with Mahomes and D-Hop. I feel like the connection with him and Cooper needs to develop if they want to truly maximize their potential. But as far as why they lost, I mean, you can put the excuses as far as going across the country, playing a great offense and a great play caller. I don't feel like this type of game will happen at home for the Bills. Like once you go into Bills Mafia, it's this whole different dynamic there. Them going out west, this is a once in a season type of thing with them. What their road to the Super Bowl, it's going to be kind of in their element. Even if they have to go to KC, still going to be kind of what they're used to. It's just a matter of Mahomes being Allen and making the right plays to do that. So I'm not taking too much from this loss from them. I still feel like they are who I thought they were before going into this game. The biggest thing with them that I took away again is just how scary the Rams could be. I feel like they could be the 3rd best team really once everything's straightened out, once the playoffs start in the NFC. And then Allen, I feel like he just locked the MVP with this game.
Toby, your thoughts, man?
It was a great game, but these teams have this, the same problem. I feel like their defenses are both terrible. They have the offense; they could put up points to anybody, but the defense, which would make them a complete team to be that real contender, are both they're not good defenses. And I think one of the big moments in that game was one of the special team play that the Rams got. They got the block punt. I gave them that extra touchdown, a free touchdown possession right there to give them the lead. Allen went crazy. He did his thing. No Stephon Diggs. He's been turning up. He's about to win MVP this season. I mean, he was elite before this year, but I guess we had to get rid of Stephon Diggs for y'all to really see, what he was doing, even with Diggs. But, you have that diva receiver that's, demanding the ball. You got to, feed him. So, that comes with the turnovers. You got to take that into play. But, he's been killing. Stafford is killing with Puka and Kupp. Puka just comes out of nowhere last year, and now this year he's even going even more crazy. Their division is very tight. That division is very tight. So, I think they play the 49ers on Thursday. That's going to be a very good game. They got to win that to me. They got to win that game because that would be a huge win so that they could really get in the playoffs. So, I'm excited to see that game. Overall, this game was good. It was competitive. I feel like this is their defense being, not good enough, makes them both not really like contenders. But I feel like it's more the Bills have a better chance than the Rams. I feel like the Rams, their road is going to be tougher because their division is very tough right now. This Niners game, they got to win this, or they might really not make it. So the Bills have that better opportunity because they damn near already won their division. And they got, they're going through the AFC where you really only got the Steelers, the Ravens, and the Chiefs. So it is going to be a tough road too. Whoever gets that, whoever has that defense to stop the Bills' offense, I feel like you get a couple stops out of them and you could beat them because their defense isn't good enough. So overall, good game, and I'm excited for this game on Thursday.
All right. Yeah, I agree with most of y'all. I feel like that. We said about the offenses, kind of Jeff. You know what though? Like this is why I drafted Shakir in the first place. He is doing what I thought he would do. He doing what I thought he would do, man. So he came around. I mean, he couldn't fit on my team, but he doing what I thought he would do, man. But nevertheless, what I want to say, I said they should get the ball to James Cook more. I know it's a shootout, but he is a good running back, yo. Let's not sleep. Josh Allen, man, yeah, man. I think unfortunately, Toby. Sometimes you got to lose the great players for them to see. And
I agree.
Without that, him having that team, and he's still putting up great numbers, and they're still 10-3. He definitely MVP-esque, man. I don't know how you not kind of give it to him, especially if he run with 40 touchdowns and a lot less picks. He beat the Chiefs during the season. He got some good signature wins, so I feel like they might for the Rams. I hope they get it. I want to see that offense in the playoffs. Niners ain't whole anyway, so I hope they get it. Who the fuck want to see Geno Smith in the playoffs? So I'd rather see the Rams get in, and that'll make me happy. But it's McVay and his coaching, having time to game plan for McVay, I would love to see that. So hopefully.
And the crazy part is that they get in, they would probably play a top. They're probably going to either play a top seed or the Vikings, which is inside the dome, which is a shootout.
Well, because they had to win the division to get in, so. They want to win a home game. Okay. It's still inside the dome, though. You're right.
Wow.
So, I know they actually want to win a home game.
If they get a dome. They could run that thing over to the top.
Yeah. So, but moving forward, speaking of division, they want to talk about the Seahawks, but they do lead the division. They beat the Cardinals. I think we had the game on our pick'ems.
Yeah.
But,
Seahawks. I'm the only one that picked Seahawks. Yeah, just so you know.
Okay. You still behind though.
Not four, bro.
So he's still behind.
Not four. Don't slip up. Don't gamble the next 2 weeks, bro. Do not gamble. You better play with your head.
Let me start with the guy who got the Cardinals on his fantasy team, Daryl, man.
Throw this whole fantasy in the trash for me. But that's another day. But with this game, start with the Cardinals. I feel like they were making strides as far as changing. They really just changed their whole philosophy. Like it used to be it's the Kyler Murray show, and this year with the new coach, kind of leaning on running the game and playing good defense. But for the past couple of weeks, they kind of got away from that. I think it was the first play of the game. Kyler threw that touchdown, and think like, it's going to be a good Kyler game. But then it was back-to-back interceptions, and they couldn't get control of the game after that. So that was really the turning point of the game there. Again, they're still in kind of rebuild mode, just like the Chargers, but just less not good of a coaching and not big of they have more talent as far as offensive with McBride and Harrison, but I just don't know what the issue is with him and Harrison. Maybe they just need the whole season of film to kind of break down and see. And not putting all on Kyler. I'm watching Harrison too. He's not really getting open as much and creating separation. Like I'm seeing Kyler have to force throws to him and coverage, and that's kind of helped getting in the way of their production as well. So maybe just a year as far as learning what they did this year to come back better. I do like McBride and Connor. As far as the core, as far as that offense, they still need to add more pieces as far as another receiving option and just more pieces defensively as well. And also maybe another running back to kind of go with Connor because he's been injury prone. I mean, this year has been kind of one of his best years as far as staying healthy. But I feel like you need to add something to that as well as far as that. They just got a lot of holes to fill as far as being competitive right now. But them just being at this point still being in possible contention for that division is a credit to them. For the Seahawks, they've been inconsistent all year. The biggest issue that I see with them is just the opposite of what I see with better teams. Like like we see it with the Lions. Well, I'll start with the Rams. You see it with Puka and Cup. Like it's very easy for both of them to have a good game, the same game. And with the Lions, with Montgomery and Gibbs, and even with Laporta and St. Brown, it's easy for them to have good games in the same game. All this year, beginning of the year, we saw DK ball out. Then he got hurt. Then Smith and Jigba started to ball out. Both of them haven't been on the same beat at the same time all year. And same with the running backs. Kenneth Walker, he had a good game. He had a good season. Once I traded for him, didn't touch the end zone since. And then, and then Charbonnet. And then Charbonnet had one of his best games of his career while Kenneth Walker was out. So I feel like this issue with them like not being as better as other teams, they need all of their talented players to contribute all at the same time. Like that's how you maximize your potential. And they just haven't been doing that, which kind of maybe leads to the inconsistency. And just overall, just with Geno, I feel like that at the end of the day, it's going to limit them just for with their potential. If they win the division, I can see them losing at home when they host that playoff game, which is where I see it. But I mean, that division is still going to come down. I mean, that game. Is it Rams Niners next week tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to have another impact on that. I feel like that this 4:00 window, the Sunday, all four teams were playing at the same time. So that was kind of crazy to see how that division played out. But I do feel like the Rams still have a shot to win this division just based on the Seahawks as being inconsistent and the Cardinals just not being ready.
Yeah, Seahawks got the Packers on Sunday. So
huge game.
Yeah. Wait, who to talk about this? Jordan? Yeah, Jordan. Seahawks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like these are two kind of like middle of the pack, somewhat mid teams, but they're all fighting for the division, so it's crucial for them. You know what I'm saying? We didn't think the Cardinals were gonna be even where they're at, so kudos to even them for even being where they're at in the season right now. You get what I'm saying? The Seahawks are just so inconsistent for me. Gino and I heard somebody make a comment that like Shador Sanders' comp was Geno Smith, and I just hate that. I don't know, but I'm just like
was nice in college, man.
I mean, no, he ain't Shador. Shador gonna be nice, like in the league. Like, not saying Geno not nice. Geno's nice.
Geno played against
Geno is like Geno is like middle of the pack.
I was gonna say.
Now I think about it more.
He played against.
We gotta see. We gotta see.
Like touchdowns on game that week. That's his big game.
Yeah, I think it's tripping.
Nah, he played against real big boys.
He did play against real big boys.
Oh, Geno played at West Virginia.
Relax. Yeah, right. He could have played at Colorado. Jackson State.
Colorado, Jackson.
Y'all niggas is high, man.
Like Geno's playing against some ranked teams.
Y'all niggas must have smoked before y'all high school, man. I don't know what. Don't let that. Bro, I'm telling y'all, don't let that conference. Don't let that shit fool y'all, man. Shador could have went to any school. If he was at fucking anywhere else.
If he was at Alabama,
they would be going fucking crazy.
Alabama
would be going crazy.
Yeah, that's a given.
Shador is better than Milrose.
Yeah,
Alabama quarterback doesn't really matter. Like who it is, really.
Yeah. Bro, you put Shador on Ohio State championship. Championship.
Oh no, bro. Geno threw for 42 touchdowns. Oh no, he got like 7.
West Virginia, bro, in the Big 12 where they don't play defense, bro. And he had Tavon Austin and Stedman Bailey. They were loaded. Like, nah, bro. Listen, I ain't taking nothing away from what Geno did. Geno was a beast in college. It took him 10 years to get where he is right now. Okay? Now
So
let's
did
just
Sam
keep it
Darnold,
real.
but nobody's complaining.
No, Sam Darnold's still 27 years old. Gino was over 30. You feel me?
42 TDs, 6 picks is crazy though, bro.
Crazy,
Yo,
bro.
I've been new about this.
He was killing.
You
He was
guys
killing in college. I remember.
I've been new. Yeah, I mean, okay.
How the numbers is
73 touchdowns and
it's hard
13
to comp.
interceptions in 2 years. That's nuts, bro.
I don't know, Jordan. I might have to go.
Gino was nuts, bro.
I'm not saying
like,
that's his
that
comp,
era.
but
Like, you
I
guys
gotta
don't
see what
understand
Shador
that
doing in the
era.
league because he didn't really go against nobody.
Bro, all right.
Gotta see him in the league.
I
man.
mean, like Gino played against the Big 12 and put up all those numbers, and he had cheat codes and like, come on, bro, like niggas, man, come
he
on.
got Travis Hunter. That's the
Shedeur
Heisman.
Sanders is better than Geno Smith. Good.
Okay, is Travis Hunter better than
in college?
Is Travis Hunter better than Geno Smith weapons?
Tavon Austin in West Virginia.
Hunter better than Tavon Austin, bro.
Yeah.
He is, right?
What?
So he's Heisman.
What are we talking about?
He's Heisman. Shedeur got him. He's Heisman.
What are we talking about? Travis Hunter is a better
Tavon Austin
football player than Tavon Austin.
College
That's the point. He had a better player.
Yeah, that's my point. Travis Hunter got. And he's playing with Shedeur.
Player. He has the greatest college football highlight tape of all time.
So he's
Travis Hunter is a better football player than him, and it's just that simple.
Yeah, so he's Heisman.
It's
I
just that
agree.
simple.
Right.
It's just that simple.
All right,
Geno Smith put up 42 touchdowns and 6 picks at West Virginia with all these weapons, and Shedeur Sanders is still better than him, and it's just that simple.
We're gonna see in the league, bro. But I mean, it's a good comp. I'm sorry, right now it's a good comp. I'm just saying. So it sounds crazy at first, though. So you look at the numbers, but
once Toby started dropping the foul, like, all right.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, Toby.
Well, I don't know. I don't really know what facts. I mean,
Toby, talking about Seahawks and Cardinals yet, bro?
What them yards? What do you say?
The game, Seahawks and Cardinals.
Yeah, I think the Seahawks might have their numbers, and Kyle Murray, I think he had like 2 picks this game. Their defense played well against Murray. I keep saying that y'all saying Seahawks are inconsistent. They are kind of inconsistent, but they're on a 3-game winning streak. They just beat the Cardinals in 2 of those 3 games, and they just beat the Jets. They also beat the 49ers.
Oh, boo boo.
So they're a decent football team. I don't think they're anything to be scared of though, because you got Geno Smith as a quarterback. You know, it's different from college. And in college, you know, when Geno's playing against all that comp, 42, touchdowns, 6 picks, he's looking like the man. But the NFL is a different game. And throughout, he worked his way up to this point because he started off on the Jets. He was trash. I'm happy for his progression, but he's not that guy. He's not that guy that's going to help you, win that chip. But overall, the Seahawks, I think they got a good, solid team. The running back that replaced Kenneth Walker, he's been killing. I don't remember his name, but he's been killing this season. So they have that running game and they have that decent defense. Kyler Murray, this is his second bad game against the Seahawks. So they might actually be the team to probably have knocked them out, giving them 2 hours. Kyler got to play better. McBride kills. But I think Kyler just has to play better. Throwing those 2 picks definitely is going to hurt your team. But definitely a statement win to the Seahawks, and Cardinals probably showing that they're just not there yet.
Yeah, Geno got 14 TDs, 12 picks this year. So he would be the reason they don't.
Like Shedeur next year.
Yo, but that's Herbert. Those are Herbert's same numbers.
On the Raiders, yeah, okay. Yeah.
But those are Herbert numbers, though, right? That's the same numbers as Herbert, I think.
That's
not
true.
Many picks.
Very, very not many picks, yeah. But they got I'll just move forward. They got the Packers, then the Vikings, the Seahawks. So they'll have the tough next 2 games. So we'll see if they still can get in or not.
If the Vikings don't feel like they can get the number 1, they might rest players.
They gonna flip like a Detroit gonna lose to the Bills. So they gonna feel like they can get number 1. But that's just for the pickups. But we're gonna see. But anyway, yeah. So we're gonna see. But yeah. I mean, it's crazy because the Cards always feel like they start well in the season, then they kind of fall off. So I don't know if it's a Kyler thing. They figured out the coach already. I like Marvin. Obviously, they got to get him more involved moving forward to next season. But I don't know how much time Kyler got left as far as like. Them feeling like he's the guy that's gonna take him forward. You know what I mean? Because he never finishes seasons well. I feel like he starts off like a house of fire, but then he always falls off, and they wind up in the same position every year. So
It'll be his last year of the contract. He'll have a crazy season. Watch, and they'll re-sign him and be stuck with him, and he'll tear his ACL after that.
Sheesh.
that's how the league be sometimes, bro. It'd be like, oh my god, we got this guy. Look at Trevor Lawrence.
Let's end this off. Not end it off.
Come on, Trevor Lawrence got a concussion, bro.
That's just as bad. He might never play again.
Topics off. NFC North back to the Vikings, who we just spoke about. It was supposed to be a revenge comeback game for my man Kirko, but he looked like he cooked all the way.
Yeah,
Vikings beat him down. And I think I changed my pick. No, I didn't change my pick. But yeah, Vikings beat him down. Still trying to show their dominance. We saw Sammy with 5 touchdowns. Sam Darnold there. And Addison and Jettis had great games. So, and I gotta be, I think the last few games, I think Kirk got no touchdowns, like 8 picks, some crazy stuff.
4
like that.
games.
So I know the receivers and tight ends are mad as hell, but let me start with you, Darryl. How you feeling about that Minnesota Falcons game, bro?
Yeah, I haven't watched this game too much, but
Tobyism. Muted itself though. That's crazy.
You muted yourself, yeah, bro.
That's wild, nasty.
Bro.
You're on mute, bro.
You mute, bro. We can't hear you. What the fuck?
Just like your fantasy season, we can't hear you, man.
Darryl,
You back?
now we can hear you. You was on mute, bro.
Now you back on mute.
You back on mute?
Darryl.
On, yeah.
Toby.
And he slid.
You're probably gonna
Just like his
have
fantasy
that.
season, he out the picture.
That's crazy.
He owned Mike up.
Hold on.
I can hear
You
Yeah.
good, bro?
Yeah, also I just want somebody that fancy comment for the list. So I'm gonna move on.
All right, move on, man. Jeff, man. I'm going to Jeff this time, man. Vikings, Falcons, man.
Look, the Falcons is dead in the water. Time for Michael Penix Jr. I mean,
Already?
Yeah,
No,
man.
not yet.
0 touchdowns in 4 straight games, 8 interceptions. That's crazy work, bro. You gotta sit that thing down. You gotta let Mike get some burn, bro. Like, you gotta see what you got in that. Like,
You paid Kirk 90. How much you paid Kirk? Like 90 million? It's crazy.
it's only this season though. Like,
Nah,
just saying,
you
move
don't
on right
sit
now
him
at the
right
end of the
now.
season.
Mm-hmm.
You don't sit him
You gotta
right
just
now,
give
though.
Mike a little view, see what we got there. Like, you don't know what he got. He might be nasty. And you probably can cut Kirk. They probably got some sort of back end deal that didn't want it. But either way, this game was crazy. The Vikings dominated. Vikings have been like the unsung hero of the NFL all season. Nobody's really talking about them. They got 11 wins, 2 losses. They're beating up teams. They beat a lot of good teams. But Sam Darnold, crazy game. I don't know if we're going to see that in the playoffs. But they got a formula. They got 2 good receivers. They got a great receiver, a solid running back in Jones. They got a second receiver in Addison, which is pretty good. If Hockenson comes back and gives you anything like he did last year, you could be looking at a good trio of offensive players. Defensively, they got some good pass rushers. They got some cornerbacks, so forth and so on. This game right here, though, was just like you said, Mike. We thought it was gonna be a Kirko revenge game, but it was really more like a Kirko funeral. They just buried him and put him really to the side, and it's just one of those things. But it wasn't really much to say about this one. Good job, Darnold. Jordan been on Darnold for a minute, so give him props.
Falcons, bro.
Yeah, I mean, decent game. Sam Darnold went crazy. Addison, and this is what you want to see. This is what they're capable of, and that's scary. You get what I'm saying? When they're clicking on all cylinders, they have a really, really good set of weapons too, and their receivers and their tight end and their running backs. So, the Falcons, if they were not in any sort of playoff contention or in the race to win the division, I would sit Kirk Cousins, but they are. So therefore, I'm not sitting Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to ride it out with him, and then we go into, once we're maybe eliminated from the playoffs or eliminated from the division, maybe going into the last few weeks or whatever, however it may be, then you maybe give him a look or two. I don't know if they would bring him back next year. Or if they do, he's going to be on a very, very, very short leash.
How much is dead cap hit next year? He got a 2 year.
I'm about to check right now.
Yeah, I mean, look, we thought the Broncos wouldn't do it, and they did it, and they took that hit. You get what I'm saying? With Russell Wilson. So it's not like we haven't seen it before. So it wouldn't be shocking. You get what I'm saying? We don't know. We haven't seen him. I mean, he was good. You know what I'm saying? But similar to a Drew Brees type, left-handed. Small, accurate, powerful.
He's not small. I don't think Penix is small. I think he's pretty tall.
He's 6 foot, 6'1". That's pretty short. as a quarterback right now in this in
how
the
Bryce
league.
Young was cooking, but
I mean, it's still short.
I just be.
No, I'm saying it's still short though. I mean, either way, he's still short. I mean, yeah, Bryce Young is shorter, and he was cooking. So yeah, but we'll see. They have weapons. You know what I'm saying? They don't lack skills.
I feel bad.
They don't lack any skill players.
They got skill players, man.
Their cap hit would be $65 million.
Dang, he
that's
playing
cheaper
year,
than Brock. That's cheaper than
He's playing next year, bro.
Russ, right?
What you talking about? Yes. Russ was 72 something. Like,
yeah, I mean, listen, bro. Let's not forget, man. Come on, bro. They probably figure out a way to write that motherfucker off or get that money back, man.
They can get out after next year, though.
That's 62 million. I mean, that's what I'm saying. If you bring him back, you keep him on a short leash.
Yeah.
And
if he had like a bad first 4 games, I'm bringing in Penix. Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
You feel me?
That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Toby, your thoughts on that Falcons Vikings game, bro?
Won't put too much into this game. Kirk Cousins played a terrible game. He's been bad the last few games. But he's coming off an Achilles injury. So that's why I believe they will give him time next year. And then if he stinks it up, they will
getting another year older.
The rookie. But the Vikings, Sam Darnold. You're talking about Jordan been on Sam Darnold. I haven't really been on Sam Darnold like that, but I've been saying that he has more talent than Brock Purdy. And I'm just going back to that. The Vikings throwing 5 TDs. Who would have thought he's slinging it out there? And I felt like if you put him on the 49ers, he would be doing not similar to Brock Purdy. Like they have a good system in there. You plug a quarterback in, you're still going to be competitive. So good W for the Vikings. They've been solid all season long. We'll see Darnold in the playoffs, I think, for the first time in his career.
Yeah.
I think so. That'll be interesting.
That'll be lit.
See what he could do. See what he could do in the playoffs. So good W for the Vikings and Kirk Cousins. Coming off Achilles, you got to give him a pass. So we'll see what he do next year.
Yeah, the Vikings.
He's not getting a pass, bro.
Not getting no pass.
Getting in the pass, just like Rodgers getting the pass.
We gave you $100 million.
Rodgers not getting the pass.
Rodgers getting the pass, but they coming off Achilles. You got to see what they do next year.
Nah, Rodgers ain't coming back.
They trying.
Rodgers might go, but a team gonna want him.
They trying to cut Rodgers.
Rodgers is done, man.
Rodgers is gonna be starting next year. No matter the Jets tonight, he's still gonna be because somebody's gonna want to give him another chance because he just came off Achilles.
Going back to New York.
Hold on. I want to go off topic. Let me just go back to this.
He's going home.
For Kirk, I feel like Toby got a small point because in the beginning of the season, I was saying he could sling it, but he not moving, and that's the problem. This NFL is fast as shit, so you got to be able to, even if like Mahomes on that play, just elude a defender. Kirk can't do that shit. He don't even see them in the blind side coming. So I don't know, man. I mean, would Achilles get better? Probably not. As far as this season is concerned, though, I wouldn't sit him. They still in the battle. The Bucks got the Chargers this week. The Falcons got the Raiders. That's gonna be a win. So I know they're gonna be tired of after that. Just saying. So it's gonna go down to the wire. And
don't lose this week. Nothing.
The
Steelers better not lose. None of y'all niggas better not say like.
I was saying if the Falcons want to get healthy, this week to do it. That's all I'm saying. The Vikings, though, I think, like I said, they still gonna come down to try to battle for the NFC North division. I don't know if they played towards the end of the season. Did they play twice already? The Vikings
yeah.
Lions?
That's when Kirk was going crazy.
No. Did the Vikings and Lions play twice?
Oh, Vikings Lions.
I don't think so. I think they had another game left, so they're gonna come down to the wire to me. But yeah, I don't know. I feel bad for those skill positions like Pitts and all those skill position players. They really
Pitts wasn't good with nobody.
Nah, Pitts talented, bro.
He was. There's no quarterback.
He just disappears too easily and often. Like
we'll see. Moving on, man. 2-minute drill, man. To finish this show up, had those same Bucks to beat those same Raiders. We're just talking about right now, and Shake and Bake. He was slinging it out there, and he's been 7. I think he's 7-3. Mike Evans plays this season. I was reading the other day.
Sure. 3-0 0-3 when he doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah. 0-3 when he doesn't. So Jeff, let's talk about your Raiders and the Bucks, man.
Well, look, man. Guaranteed, no matter what, Baker's going to throw some interceptions. We just couldn't capitalize on them. He threw his 2. Listen, I'll be happy to see Aiden O'Connell come back. I mean, again, like he was probably our best quarterback. Yes, absolutely, best quarterback. Remember, he had 340 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Chiefs, so let's not get carried away. He was starting to ascend really well. We don't have a number 1 receiver. We got to figure that out. But the Bucs are in the cusp. Like I said, they're in the running. Just hope Baker doesn't throw them out of the game that they might need the best, because Baker is good for giving it up like it's prom night. I mean, it's just something he does. He'll get you some touchdowns. I'm hoping he tries to get Mike Evans to 1,000 yards with these next couple games. I can afford to use that in fantasy. That'll be good for me. Evans has 590 right now, and he tried to get to 1,000. Had that eighth consecutive year at 1,000 yards receiving. The thing is, they lost Chris Godwin, and that was like a big hit for him. They tried to replace him with the guy McMillan, wasn't really able to do so. No one was really able to do so. They got the dual running back. They actually keep flittering back and forth between Irvin and White. They say Irvin is the starter, then the next game White has a game. They say White's the starter, next game then Bucky has a game. So they kind of in shambles with that. The defense is already applesauce. Like anybody can go in there and get their scoop on. Like it's just easy to go run numbers up on the Bucs. So I don't really know how well that's going to both of them making the playoffs. Baker made the playoffs last year, so I'm eager to see if he can take them back to the playoffs again. They just don't have any defensive stopping paralysis at all, because everyone just goes into Tampa Bay and puts numbers up on them, no matter who it is. So it was a good game by the Buccaneers, and that's just it.
I'll let you go because that was your team, but it's 2 minutes drill. But Daryl, man, Bucs and Raiders. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, watching this game, it felt like the Bucs would turn the ball over, and then a couple minutes later, Raiders would get the ball right back to them. So it just felt like that was the overall just the flow of the game. I mean, the Bucs. I mean, I don't trust either them or the Falcons. So I mean, and either one of them win the division, they go home first round. So I mean, it's good to be competitive, have a competitive vision as far as watching football. But I don't believe in the Bucs as far as what they can do.
Jordan, Bucs and Raiders, man.
Yeah, I mean, Bucs have really started to somewhat fizzle out from their hot start a little bit. They lost Godwin for the season. Mike Evans came back. I think that's still going to hurt them without Godwin a little bit. Their run game has been a little bit better, so that's encouraging, but their defense is trash. They just got lucky that they played the Raiders, to be transparent. I mean, because they wanted to give the Raiders the game, and they still couldn't fucking catch it. Ridiculous.
Bucs to beat the Eagles this season. Just want to say that, but
we're gonna beat y'all.
You try to side with them, see how they do you.
And we're gonna beat y'all on Sunday.
I'm talking about the Bucs right now. Bucs and Raiders. Okay. Go ahead.
Not much to say about this game. I mean, it's the Raiders. Bucs are better than them. So yeah, next game.
Yeah, as you know, I always had affinity for my man Baker, Bake Show, but he don't give you the ball, but he also gonna make great plays. He playing schoolyard football. I like watching him. If they get in, I mean, I don't know, Daryl. They supposed to go home last year in the first round. They beat some team. I forget who it was, but it happened. So
lay off on it. This is some business we gotta take care of.
I got you. I'm just saying. So,
ain't gonna be a Democratic.
Yeah, right. But we'll see what happens. Raiders are the Raiders. I don't know. I mean, AP. I don't know if let them go or not. We'll see. Niners, Bears. This was kind of a bounce back game for the Niners. They still have everybody back, but their third string running back was kind of cooking a little bit. We saw Brock Purdy, so we have 300-something yards. 3 CDs. Have a
That's
great
surprised.
game. Toby, what's your thoughts on the Niners?
Won't really put too much into it. The Bears aren't a good team. Caleb Williams, rookie year, you give him a pass. He's been playing here. He's had some good games, some decent games, and some bad games. I think the last game was probably in between a bad and a decent game. But the 49ers are a good football team. Like I said, you could plug any quarterback in there, and with that system, a very stable quarterback, they could do it. I'm not surprised what Brock Purdy did. I expected the 49ers to win this game. They were playing the Bears. I mean, can you really take much out of it? Until they, I think they played the Rams on Thursday, and Brock Purdy. I remember before you used to call him a top 10 quarterback. We'll see what he could do, because that's going to be a game. Both teams are really trying to win that game. So. At the end of the day, I'm not surprised by this result, and schedule W.
Schedule W. Chef, Niners, Bears, bro.
Niners season ravaged by injuries this year. It is what it is. Like Toby said, they beat the Bears. Bears is trash. OC came down all of the booth to the sideline. They had 4 yards in the first half. They were trash as hell. Hopefully Caleb gets it together next year.
Jordan, the Niners, Bears.
I mean, yeah, the Bears are just really a disappointment this year. I think everybody expected a lot more, and I think we probably expected too much because they do have a rookie quarterback and they did have a trash coach, and they got rid of him. So that's what they showed. Shows you what they thought about him. But they'll be better next year. 49ers, they're so banged up. We'll see if they can get to the playoffs. We'll see, what they look like as far as health wise.
Daryl.
Yeah, Niners injuries definitely messed up their season, but just this game. Once I saw that first drive, Jennings and Purdy connect. I knew they was gonna have a good game. They've shown sparks of them just being have a good connection there, and Jennings playing the way he is it's making it easier for them to move on from either Debo or Ayuk. I feel like you have to, and if they want to extend their window.
Yeah, I feel like Jennings can be the true second receiver. I think they're gonna let go of Debo. Like I said, been saying him for a year. Now the Bears, I thought the defense was better than what they showed. To be honest with you, even though the offense is not that great, they lost the OC and the head coach. How good can the offense be? But the defense, I was surprised let up that many points. But either way, they'll be better next year. Niners are battling to get in. All right, let's move on. It's been a few weeks. Let's update our power rankings. Jeff, what you got, man? 1 through 5, man.
1 through 5. I got Detroit, Kansas City, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, and Philly is 5th. I got to do Philly 5th because of the turmoil. Got to. It's the turmoil. It concerns me.
Okay, I got you. Toby, what you doing?
Damn, I wasn't prepared for this.
All right. Daryl, I'll come back.
Yeah.
Got Lions, Eagles, Bills, Chiefs, Steelers.
You still got the Bills after the loss in the power rankings? All right. Jordan?
Eagles, Bills, Lions.
Hold on.
Eagles first?
Eagles, Bills, Lions, Chiefs, Steelers.
Give me your guy number, please.
That's wild, bro. Toby.
I think my own might be a little similar to that. So I'm gonna go Eagles 1, 2 Detroit, 3 I'm gonna go Buffalo.
Okay.
4 I'm gonna go Chiefs. 5 I'm gonna go Pittsburgh.
Wow. Okay. I don't know how the Eagles jumped the Lions.
I don't know either.
What you mean? They're better than the Lions.
I don't know. The Eagles. Okay. All right.
I just call it like I see it.
The quarterback. I don't know.
At this point in the season, right now, I'm still going Lions. Now, obviously, say that I'm still going Lions first. Then I would probably go Chiefs, who are still only got 1 loss. Then I would go Eagles. Then I would go Bills. I would go Steelers. I'll put the Bills ahead of us. Then I'm going to Steelers. Then I'm going to Bills. That's what I'm going to do. So,
That's not even nothing.
Lions, Chiefs, Steelers.
No.
You don't. No, he said Lions, Chiefs, Eagles, Steelers, Bills.
Okay.
Now come
I don't
on.
know why the Bills are better than us, though, man.
Come
They
on,
are.
man.
I feel like if you played them, like I'm just thinking worst case scenario. Best case, our defense locks them down. Right. Worst case is a shootout, and I just feel like we're not going to win the shootout.
Wait, who? The Eagles?
No, I'm thinking about the Bills. He's talking about the Bills.
Oh, the Bills?
About the Bills better.
Yeah, I don't know. Josh Allen's just too good to be. I
you know
take
what?
him
You know
any
what?
day.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch it. I'll go with the Bills.
Yeah, I take Josh Allen any day. Take him to the park out East Camden, bro. He gonna ball.
I like superhero quarterbacks, so I'm gonna go with that. The Eagles are where it should be, number 3. Number 1 is 5, bro. But Jeff, updates on the.
I don't know how that's crazy. I mean,
the Eagles won. That's mad wild crazy, homie.
I don't know how that's
wild. It's not wild crazy.
I
think could be number 2. Hold on, are they number 2 in your power ranking?
Who, the Eagles?
Yeah.
I got them at 5.
You have them 5? Okay, that's different. Hold on, you said
I got Lions, Chiefs, Bills. Who I say is 4?
Steelers, I think, right?
Hell no, I said
you think the
I'm just saying, Mike, did you have the Eagles as number 2?
I had them at 3. I had the Chiefs because they still got 1 loss.
Still got 1 loss. They still win 11-game win streak.
You have it because we're better than all the teams you just named.
I don't know how you're gonna say they're better. The Chiefs are better when you see the Chiefs struggle. Like
they got 1 loss.
They got 1 loss, and the best quarterback in the league.
Nobody got 1. Anyways, let's go to the Clippers.
Yeah. So all right. So
hold on, Jeff. How come your record don't count? I don't understand.
The record counts, but you gotta still watch the game. You still gotta watch the game. I still feel like if it came down to one last drive. they might win for two reasons. Patrick Mahomes could be clutch, and the guys in black and white are also in their pocket.
Oh,
so
okay,
right now, they're going to be favored in a close game. You got to really punch them in the mouth. You really got to get on top of them early and make sure they don't come back. Because if the game is close, you might 90% chance you cook either way.
Who you trust at the end of the game? Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
making my point.
And the game, I mean, I probably would trust Patrick Mahomes, but I'm talking about what I'm watching. They're more dominant over their team than the
Eagles are more dominant
over their team. That's why when it comes to the ranking, they gotta be on top.
The Eagles really only had like that one game against the Rams and the Cowboys game, but the rest of their game's been close as shit, bro. They only beat the Ravens by 5 points. The Ravens lost 7 points on field goals.
They beat the Rams, the team that they were just talking about. Oh yeah, in the playoffs they
not me. Not me.
They beat a good team comfortably.
They only beat the Commanders by 8 points. Who the Jaguars by 5 points? Come on, man.
I think I had the Lions. Lions number 2.
Okay,
Lions number 2.
All right, okay. Toby, Jeff, what you got, bro?
All right, so last week going into the week, Mike was 32-14, Jordan 31-15, Toby 30-16, me 28-18, Daryl 26-20. Shout out to myself for being the only nigga to go undefeated this week. Daryl had the Packers, Cards, Chiefs, Jordan Packers, Chargers, Cardinals. I don't know what he was thinking. Toby had the Lions, Cards, Chiefs, Mike Packers, Chiefs, Cards. I had the Lions, Chiefs in Seattle. Sidebar, Mike is going to tell me to put my stuff in the zone, like he'd be questioning whether I'd be picking the right teams or whatever. But all right, that was cool. That's why I went 3-0 because you did that. So right now, we got Mike at 33-16, Toby at 30. Jordan at 31-18, Toby 32-17, right there. Me 31-18, and Daryl 27-22.
Yeah, I pulled away from Jordan. So
this week,
you got 2 games.
I really wanted to go an extensive week, go 4 because it's some other key games that are playoff rivals. But this one I'm gonna stay right here with it. These are the obvious ones.
Bills, Lions, Steelers, Eagles, Bucks, Chargers. Who want to go first?
Sheesh.
I'll go.
I don't want to go.
All right.
I got
third
Bills. I got Bills, Eagles, and I'm gonna go with the Chargers on that.
Again?
Yeah.
All right.
I got Lions, Steelers, and Chargers.
Lions, Steelers, Chargers.
Hey, hold on. Jordan said he went who?
Bills, Eagles,
and Chargers. He said
Chargers.
You bugging, Daryl?
Lions, Steelers, Chargers.
Lions, Steelers.
You sure, Daryl?
Positive.
Why? Okay.
I'm going with with the pick'ems. This had nothing to do with my Steelers. I'm gonna go Eagles.
So what's the whole thing, bro?
It's 3 games here, baby.
I'm gonna go Eagles.
Oh God.
I'm gonna go.
Film in order of the script, please.
Okay, the Bills. Let me see. Let me go Lions. Let me go Lions at the crib.
Hey, man, live and die by it, Daryl. Live and die by it.
So, Lions, Eagles, and who else?
And let me go Chargers.
Okay.
Let me go Chargers.
Yo, that Eagles pick had him hurting, bro.
That's gonna hurt all y'all. I don't know what y'all thinking, bro.
Yeah, listen.
Are you picking the Steelers, Jeff?
Yeah, I am, without a doubt.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been saying Super Bowl or bust, and I say I've been. Come on, you should know this by now.
Listen, without GP, it was easy for me. So I'm going with the Bills, Eagles, and I'm going with the Chargers too, man.
Yo,
you said the Eagles?
Trading ass niggas, man.
Did he say Eagles?
Without GP.
Did he say Eagles? Wow.
Daryl is 10 toes down right now.
That's
man.
crazy.
That's
Wow,
crazy.
he said the Chargers too?
Score without
That's
GP.
crazy.
Man, I ain't trying to hear none of
You
that.
said Chargers?
I did say Chargers. Yeah.
That's sad.
Chargers defense. Yeah.
Wow.
Over Shake and Bake.
That's
Wow.
I would never.
It's not bad injury already.
Wow.
It's not even Thursday. We got negative energy.
Robin,
Wow. Yeah.
man, I'm trying to win a pickup, man. I don't care what they talking about, man.
I would never.
Me
That's
too.
a shame. That's a shame.
I'm gonna go with Detroit. And I'm going with Pittsburgh. and I'm going with the I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
You ready to be 1-2.
Will be.
Yeah.
Detroit is at home. I don't think Buffalo's going into Detroit putting the romp down because the Bills give up everything on the ground.
They just went in a dome and put up 40. They better do the same shit.
And took a L.
They better do the same shit to Detroit.
Hold that L.
And take a L.
Took a L.
Detroit put up 40 on
I said Bills, right, Jeff?
No, you said Bills. Yeah.
Okay, Bills. All right, Bills. Eagles. Guys. Okay.
He said, "Yo, you really flip floppy, yo. Like, yo,
he's not there. The number
crazy.
one receiver. Jeff, first of all, Jeff, you set us up for failure. You're gonna put the game on there. Knowing it was a tough pick 'em. That's a setup for failure.
Niggas really is crazy.
Yo, you crazy, Mike.
So I was a pick team without the number one receiver. Come on,
Jeff gonna take some Friday. I'm switching.
Now what if the Steelers? Now, what if the Steelers
I never
win?
switch. I keep it legit. I just look. The Eagles ain't gonna be able to stop the run. Like that.
Now, what if now?
You got like anyways. I got nothing to say.
Huh?
Man. I got my
Najee slow ass. You got
I mean, he just had 53 against the Browns and the touchdown. So him and Warren go
shit on the run. Man.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah, bro.
I'm disappointed in y'all.
Nah, man.
All this negative energy.
See Daryl? These dudes, Kobe, and flip-flop Mike.
Guru, I'm number one for a reason, bro. Like I know
I'm number 2.
You know what? Of course, Toby would pick the Eagles.
Y'all putting y'all pickings over the Steelers? That's crazy.
Of course, Toby would pick the Eagles. He loves the Eagles, low key.
I'm trying to be number 1, man. Guru. I'm trying to have the Guru title.
Wow, bro.
Down, man. Don't put no money in that game, bro. I don't want to see you broke around Christmas, nigga. Don't put no money.
I'm betting on Steelers, but I still got Steelers over everything. So it is what it is.
All right, I got you, man.
That's crazy.
You know what? He picked the Steelers. I might go somewhere else, man. He in last place in fantasy.
Right.
I told you
I might got turned. Hold up. I got a couple days, right? Hold up. I'll let y'all know, man.
You got a couple days, man. Yo, Jordan, man, you know over the years, man, look, I talk bad shit, but the best right, man. That's why I got money on.
You only one game above. It's not. You're not smoking nobody.
Nigga, I'm number 1 regardless. Been there all season. Okay, just like fantasy. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Please watch, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate it. We'll come back next week, give y'all the updated fantasy football. See, we're still in the playoffs or not. Talk about our pickups and our picks, and also see what happened this week in football. So once again, for Toby, Jeff, Daryl, Jordan, we'll see you next week. Peace.
Go Steelers.
Go Steelers, man. Good night, man.
Steelers.
Crazy. The Eagles. That's crazy.
Nigga.